for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah. What's up? This that boy Coach Malachi Williams in the building. We back. New Media Today USA Boxing. We back, y'all. We back. Yes, y'all. Man, what the day is? Is today Wednesday? I be losing track of the days, man. I got so many things I'm working on, guys. Yeah, today's Wednesday. I got so many things I'm working on, guys. So many projects that I'm working on, man. We really want to kick off the new year, take it to a whole nother level. I told you, man, I'm trying to run these niggas off the block, these old crusty niggas, and I got some things set up that we got in place. You know what I mean? That we're gonna do next year, man. Like I went back to my mentor. I have a mentor in this YouTube shit that really kind of like helped me grow, to be honest with you. There's a few courses that I paid for. Anyone who's looking to start a YouTube channel, I would advise you just to do a lot of research studying, and also go to YouTube University. Look up YouTube University on YouTube and study a lot of the different content creators that's out there. Not necessarily boxing. You're not going to get a whole lot from boxing content creation, but boxing content creation is a niche. But look at the other, like the real content creators, the big dogs, and then you can learn a lot from those guys and through watching on YouTube University, and you can take those things and you can implement it into any niche, whether it's boxing, darts, pool, whatever it is. You know what I mean? So when I say I got this shit figured out, I really got to figure it out now. You know what I mean? I spent thousands of dollars though. I spent a lot of money. So you guys can avoid any of that. Just go to YouTube University. You can get it for free. Look it up. And just, you know, if you have the patience and you're willing to do your due diligence, you can get far. You know, you can kind of like build whatever brand you're trying to build, you know. But anyways, what's up, everybody? Let's give everybody a round of applause, man. Get everybody a round of applause, man. Get everybody a round of applause, man. Let's do that for everybody, man. We're gonna allow YouTube to send out the notifications on the Chitlin circuit. You know what I mean? I've been hearing a whole lot of hoopla going on about what's my main man named Killa Kam, what they call him, George Kambosos. Some people saying that George Kambosos has been acting like a diva ever since he won the belt. He's starting to remind us of Teofimo Lopez and all that shit there. I've been hearing a lot of the chitter in the chatter. You know what I mean? And it's basically been coming from the people who want to see George Kambosos fight Devin Haney. So it's been those pro Devin Haney YouTube channels who's kind of like been pushing this. To be honest with you, that's what I've been seeing. You know what I mean? But I'm looking over here right now. Hold on, I'm looking over here right now. I'm trying to see something. But I want to see. Do they have a point? Maybe, you know, maybe they have a point. Who knows? Maybe they have a point. Maybe they know what they're talking about. Maybe, you know, George Kambosos, you know, he's changed. Maybe because, you know, he was a nobody, didn't nobody know who he was, and then now he pulled off the improbable by beating a guy that he was a 13-1 underdog against, and now that he's done that, you know what I mean? You know, the game has changed now. You know, I'm hearing he wasn't getting paid that much money. More than likely, he probably wasn't as a fighter, a 13-1 underdog. He really didn't get paid a whole lot of money for that fight. Well, Eddie Hearn paid him part of the most he's ever been paid. I have no facts on that, but I'm pretty sure he probably did. And then, you know, now, shit, you know, the game has changed. He's a unified champion. He's according to Mauricio Suleiman, he is the WBC undisputed champion. Notice I say WBC because nobody else is going for that bullshit. But he's the WBC undisputed champion according to Mauricio Suleiman. And we know Mauricio Suleiman. Every time he open his mouth, he's lying. You know what I mean? He tell a lie every time he open his mouth. So, but he's a politician. That's what politicians do. Politicians lie. And now, you know, George like, look here, man. Shit, I was broke. You know, me and my wife, who was living down under, man, we wasn't making no hell of a money. And now, you know, I'm the guy right now. And he's trying to get the biggest bag. I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him at all, but I just want to see what you guys think about it. So now let's go ahead and get into this, man. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Shout out to everyone who's listening to this podcast on Spotify as well as Amazon Music. Let's get into this, man. Let's go ahead and do this, man. We want to do this OJ the Jew Man style. Shout out to Eric Gomez. Hey, okay. Eric say Bomb Squad in the building. To this day. Yes, sir. Shout out to Benny Stokes. Hey, okay. Shout out to the Queen Lisa Bells. Hey, okay. Matter of fact, let me put on my. Matter of fact, I should put my old headphones in, man. I should put my old headphones in. That's what I should do. Put my old headphones in, man. You know. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna do that, guys. I think today I'm gonna go back to, you know what I mean? Well, really, to be honest with you, when I first started podcast, if you guys remember when I started the YouTube channel, these are the headphones I used to always have. But hold on, guys. Let's take it back to the old school. Let's take it back to the old school, man. Take it back. We're gonna take it back to the old school right quick, man. Well, really the new school. Let me take it back to the new school. I kind of miss my headphones, man. Man. I haven't really been rocking them, but I kind of miss them. Yeah. Oh, that sound a whole lot better. Man. Yes, sir. That sound a whole lot better. Yes, it does. All right, now let's get it. Let's do this. Can everybody hear me right now? Why it sounds so damn low to me? Why does it sound low? Shouldn't sound low. Okay, there you go. I think what it was, I haven't had him on in a long time. So other than that, let's get into this, man. Sorry about that, guys. I got a little sidetrack. Shout out to the Queen Lisa Bells. Shout out to Southpaw Killer in the building. Shout out to Bernard Burton, what the lick read. Tupac 13, what's happening, bro? F Society. Shout out to Rob Rib Shows. Shout out to D Rose in the building. D Rose, forget about that, man. What's up, D Rose? Shout out to Alex. Alex, what's going on, fam? Shout out to the Queen Karma Serene. Karma Serene, man, I've been hearing some crazy stuff about. Never mind. Never mind. Shout out to Steven 47. Shout out to Ronald Finkley. Shout out to Thomas Jones. Shout out to let's see, Mizzy Mike, what's going on, fam? Shout out to my brother Charlo in the building. Shout out to who else we have in the building, man? Steel, Nebraska is in the building. Yes, sir, Nebraska. What's going on? The Moors out there in the Midwest. Shout out to the Queen Little Green Eyes P. Shout out to Jaguara Thama. What's happening, bro? Shout out to Douglas Duran. What's going on? Charles N. What the lick read? Knockdown 305. What's happening? Here to there. What's going on, fam? Shout out to Punch Perfect Boxing in the building. Salute to the boys over there. UGC Flame. Yes, sir. Shout out to Jay Smooth. What's happening? Shout out to Teach, my main man. What's going on? Shout out to Jay Smooth once again. Shout out to Jay Styles. Shout out to Haleen in the building. Shout out to Lewis. What's going on, Lewis? Shout out to Adrian Big 30. Shout out to Schoolo X-Man. What's happening? Shout out to Steel. What's going on, fam? Shout out to who else we have in the building? Big Money Texas. What's going on, bro? Phone lines will be open today. You know how that is. Shout out to the Double G Ivan. Shout out to Eliza Feliciano. Shout out to Just Do Boxing. Shout out to Ahmed. What's going on, Ahmed? Shout out to Mr. Raider Nation. Shout out to Arnold. What's going on, fam? Shout out to GDPT. Shout out to who else we have in the building, man? Shout out to Jay Vike. Shout out to Big J in the building. Shout out to hold on, guys. Got a little water here, man. Shout out to I drink a lot of water a day. I drink a lot of water. Shout out to who else we have in the building, man? Akon in the building. Shout out to Jacob Torres. Shout out to George H. Shout out to A. Sneed. Goku, what's going on, fam? I hope you don't turn Super Saiyan today. Let's see who else we have in the building. Shout out to Paradise Found. Okay. Paradise. Oh, let's play on words. Paradise. Okay, Paradise. Okay, I got you. Shout out to Daniel R. Sammy Perez. What's going on? I think you're new to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Let's see. Shout out to Bruce Goals in the building, man. My brother from Rhode Island. Shout out to Tony Robles. What's going on, fam? Carl Belton with the lick read. I think we got everybody. Yeah, I think we got everybody. Oh, shout out to Juan Lopez. Shout out to Jeff Luciano. What's going on, fam? Shout out to Intergalactic. Shout out to Larry Baldwin. Shout out to David. What's going on, fam? Shout out to King Boxing, pound for pound. Shout out to JBN. What's going on, fam? Let's see, man. He said keep up the great contract. Let's see. Shout out to Ahmed. Mr. 420, Mr. 420. Let's see. Ezekiel Gomez, what's going on, bro? Rolling with the punches. What's happening? Other than that, that's it. Let's get into this, man. Let's get into this. I've been hearing a whole lot of chatter, man. You know, I didn't really want to say nothing about this, to be honest with you guys, but I got a question. And we're going to talk about those Jake Paul pay-per-view numbers as well. You know, I remember Rick Glazer was on here. He said that Jake Paul was one of the cash cows in boxing right now. At the time, you know, from what we're hearing from his latest pay-per-view numbers, it doesn't seem that the cash cow didn't do so well. You know what I mean? Doesn't seem that he didn't do so well. You know what I mean? So we're gonna talk about that too as well. We're gonna talk about that as well, guys. We have to talk about that. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna pull it up right now. We gotta talk about that, right? You know what I mean? But we definitely gonna get into let's see. Let's see. And this is a shout out to Rick Glazer. I like this. I like what he said. He said pay-per-views was designed for the biggest fights promoters had to put on pay-per-view. Yeah, man, he hit the nail right on the head, man. Oh yeah, we gonna look at this. We're gonna look at this. Let's look up Rick Glazer right here. I like what he said right here. He's 100% right about this. You know what I mean? Let's see. Let's look up our main man. I don't like talking about the sideshow. To be honest, I don't like talking about the sideshow, Jake Paul. You know what I mean? He's a sideshow to me. You know, his fans are teenagers. You know what I mean? Let's see. Let's see numbers for this. You know what I mean? So yeah, his he talked about the first Woodley fight. Let's do this. I got you guys. Well, I got everything set up. And it's shaking like booty meat over there so far. We'll just say that, right? Now, George Kambosos has been riding high since he beat down Teofimo Lopez in his own backyard back in November in New York, right, of this year. You see what I'm saying? Ever since then, George Kambosos, they call him Killa Kam or the Kam man. Killa Kam, though. They call him Killa Kam. Ever since then, he's been on numerous talk shows and have conducted interviews with anyone that will put a camera in his face, right? Kambosos told Devin Haney recently, you know, via social media, you know how I feel about this shit. You know, niggas tweeting and all that stuff. There ain't nothing wrong with you tweeting, but you know, don't be capping on Twitter and y'all doing more fighting on Twitter than you do in the ring. I don't like that, right? But Devin Haney's been fighting, so I can't take nothing from him. He don't have 2 fights this year. He's been active. And then George Kambosos has been active as well. Never heard of the guy until he fought Teofimo Lopez. I'm not going to lie to you. I never heard of him. You know, I never heard of the guy. I'm not going to sit here and cap and say I have. I didn't, right? I know who he is now. You see what I'm saying? He pulled off the improbable upset against, you know, every time I think about this fight, I think about T. Diddy. Every time I think about this fight, I think about T. Diddy, man. Oh, Lord, man, Lord, leave me alone. Boy, listen, I pissed off a whole lot of T. Diddy fans. Boy, they was mad, oh, man. But we had some good T. Diddy comments, man. Hey, you know, now that T. Diddy been quiet, we ain't heard nothing from him. He haven't been on those YouTube channels who was capping for him. I heard he kicked him to the curb. I heard T. Diddy, you know, we ain't gonna say no names. This ain't no shade. But you know who I'm talking about. You know, the channels who was capping real hard for T. Diddy. We talking about Teofimo, this and that. Oh, listen, they was D-riding T. Diddy and Teofimo Lopez Jr. like the LDBC and we D-riding on the PBC fighters and Errol Spence and the aerosexuals and the Wildettes. You know, it was that way on the opposite side, though. It was that way on the opposite side. You know what I'm talking about. The brother who they say got in the car accident. That was in critical condition. My. Look how times have changed, though. Let's see. Kambosos told Devin Haney that he needs to sell some of his jewelry if he wants to get a fight with him. Apparently, Kambosos, the Killa Kam, is looking to get paid a lot of money on his newfound fame. And I ain't mad at him for that. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe at the like button. We have 143 likes and we have less than 100. We have 143 people in the building and we have less than 100 likes. So that tells me one or two things. Either maybe my detractors are watching and they just don't want to show the old boy no love, and there's nothing wrong with that. Or maybe just people in the chat just forgot to hit the like button. So either way, hit the like button. Now, you know what I mean? He's trying to cash in on his newfound fame, right? Devin Haney is begging to be the next guy in line, and he says that he's willing to go to Australia to make that fight happen. So Devin Haney says, you know, he wants to fight Killa Kam next, right? Now, some people are saying that Killa Kam is starting to act like a diva now that he's become the new undisputed lightweight champion of the world. You know what I mean? Others are saying that Kambosos is just weighing his options. Either way it goes. Either way it go, man. Either way it go. Whether he's acting like a diva or he's just weighing his options, either way it go, I don't blame him from the weighing his option standpoint. Either way it goes, I said before, that guy was a 13-1 underdog against Teofimo Lopez, and he is calling the shots now. And everyone in the lightweight division knows it. Teofimo Lopez knows it, but he moved up. Let's see. They say he moving up. Devin Haney knows it. Lomachenko knows it. Everyone in the lightweight division knows it. Tank Davis, they know that Killa Kam is the one calling the shots right now as it relates to if you want to fight to become unified champion and you want to fight him, he is in the driver's seat. Everyone knows that, right? You know, unless you make other promotion, we only fight in-house fights, so we ain't got to worry about them. You know what I mean? But now, either way it goes, this guy was a 13-1 underdog, and he's doing his thing. Now, I want to ask you guys a question in the chat. Tell me, how do you guys feel about George Kambosos as it relates to his attitude, mentality, or whatever you may feel about him, right? Do you feel that he's acting like a diva now, like he's changed ever since he beat down Teofimo Lopez? And that was a beat down. He split him to the white meat all on his eye, bro. That man, he had Teofimo looking like the Elephant Man, bro. Now, you know, or do you feel that he's just weighing his options? You know, he's been shitted on a couple of times coming up, and now he the man now, and he feeling himself, and ain't nothing wrong with that. He's just weighing his options, trying to get the biggest fight. What do you guys think? Let me see what everybody's saying in the chat right now. Let's see what everybody's saying in the chat. Karma Serene said, I'm not mad at him. Get your paper, Cam. Yeah, get your paper, man. He say, get your paper, man. Akon said, there's a channel showing Tank, Haney, Teo, Ryan, etc. He says Handy is the only one. Handy is the only one that hasn't been marked or knocked out of a lot of them. I don't understand none of that what you just said. Handy is not. Yeah, I don't understand that. You probably have to clarify that with me. Let's see. Jeff Luciano said, I need to see the autopsy report. Let's see, man. Halib says, Kambosos and Loma smoke Haney. Yeah, well, guess what? The only way we'll know that, they'll have to fight each other. You know, the only way we know that we got to fight each other. You see what I'm saying? He said, LOL, the guy with the car accident. Hey, man, it is what it is. This ain't no shade. This ain't no shade, man. This ain't no shade. You know what I mean? Coming from the guy who throws shade all the time. You know, you guys know when I say this ain't no shade, I'm throwing shade. You know that, right? You know that. But this ain't no shade. Anyways, he said if PBC got previous benchmarks of top grossing pay-per-views, possible for PBC to throw the fans off and flip the script. Stack up low-level pay-per-view buys since last year's Ariola Ruiz to provide free Spence Ugas. Bro, that's it. But listen, let me tell you something, man. The fans are done. The fans are done. And I'm gonna tell you something. Hold on. He said Mala. He said Mal. Yes, I see Loma possibly stopping Haney as well. Super fight. Yeah, I don't. Shit, Lomachenko couldn't stop Comey. He didn't stop Comey. Now I know what you guys saying. He could have stopped him. He took the gas off of him, but whatever. He didn't stop him, so I don't know. The thing is this here. These are our opinions. The only way we're going to know, these guys are going to have to fight each other. You know me. There's nothing, and guess what? There's nothing, hey, Jeff, there's nothing wrong with feeling like another fighter that will stop another fight. There's nothing wrong with that. The only thing I always say is this here. It's a belief until we actually see it. Until we actually see it, it's just what? It's just a belief. Shout out to Wayne Love Peacock in the building, man. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. It's just a belief until we see it. You know what I mean? Carl, what you say, fam? He said he's a great fighter. I've been a fan since he was robbed back in 2012 Olympics. Guess what, Carl? You are from Australia. You're from the land down under. So we know that you are a Kambosos fan. We know this. Lewis, LOL, coach didn't understand. No, I didn't understand what you were saying, fam. Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Rolling with the punches says so long. He says so long T.O. doesn't aim for a KO. Let's see, man. Let's see. What you got? He said dudes he said dude means Haney, not handy. Oh, okay. He said Haney. Okay. Yeah, yeah, he threw me off with the handy. You know what I mean? Haney. Okay, cool. Let's see. He says, who's promoting a Australian event? Wait. I don't know. You know, every country, hey Ron, every country they do have local promoters. So who knows? I mean, I don't know. Let's see. He's with I think he's with Lou Duva, right? Killa Kam, Kambosos is with Lou Duva. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, well, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what they we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it all pans out. Shout out to Donald Banks for dropping that $2 bam super chat on your board.
Hey Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, "Dang, George then went Hollywood on us, bro." I don't know, man. I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt still. I'm still trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. You know, I wouldn't say he went Hollywood yet. When I see him talking about hey, listen. Hey, when I hold on, here you go. When I see him talking like this,
we did it first, and we motivate even the greats. This is different. You understand? We have Jennifer Lopez, we have Maluma, we have J Balvin, we have. So when I called him up, I was like, "Yo, what do you think? What do you think, Eddie? If we bring the belts together?" And Eddie said, "That shit is a good idea." I think the only person that can beat Canelo right now is like maybe 4 years or 5 years from now, my son. You know, like Triple G and Canelo and all these guys, they're bums, bro. They're bums.
But once Teofimo became undisputed, look how many champions we got that's undisputed now.
Yeah, man. So when I start to hear George Kambosos talking like this, or his daddy talking like this, you know, his daddy don't seem like he like to be in front of the camera. So when I start to see, so we might have to worry about G Diddy, George Kambosos Sr. We might have to worry about that. But when I see Kambosos start talking like this, then I will go ahead and say that. But I kind of think that people are just remember, the people who are pushing this are the guys who have been promoting a lot of Devin Haney on their channels, and they want to see Devin Haney get the fight. And this is a little propaganda that they're putting out there on the low. They sneak dissing, you know, just saying that. And I just said, well, I just say, you know what, man, I don't see it, but maybe other people see it. You know what I mean? I don't know. He said fans need to chill. Buddy had the belts for almost a month. It's not like he's been holding the belts hostage for a year. Dolomite, well, you hit the nail right on the head, bro. You hit the nail right on the head. Hey, he say, yeah, man, the man just won the belts last month. Just won the belts last month. They trying to rush the man. You need to hear him and fight somebody. Come on, bro. No, that was this month. That was December. They just had a fight this month. Like when it was when was that fight with George Kambosos and Teofimo Sr.? That was last month. That was a month ago. Yeah, you're right. That was a month ago. That was November 28th, somewhere around that time, right? Jawan said Loma is overrated. Woo. Shout out to Jawan said Lomachenko overrated. Shout out to Dame G for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said Haney is high risk, low reward. Killa Kam would be stupid to take that fight now. Cash in. Shit, Devin Haney might be the She said we got J-Lo. Hey, I just said Devin Haney might be the cash in fight though. Cause we know Bob Arum, he ain't putting up. Bob is not going to overpay. He doesn't rob his fighters, but he's not going to overpay for a fight. Hey, look, kid, this one I'm offering right here. This is what my financial advisors, the guys who do this stuff, that's on my team. This is what we say, what we're going to make, what's going to generate this and that. And you want astronomical numbers, and we're not willing to pay that. So we know Bob ain't going, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. We got over 200 people watching, and we got less than 100 likes. This is ridiculous. Hey, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button, man. Let's see. Hold on. He say, so Lou Diabella has to get Kambosos a venue and TV deal. Yeah, I think he's going to be the one to handle that. He's going to partner with somebody. He's going to partner with somebody. You know what I mean? Dola might say Kambosos picking Haney or Loma. Either choice is a great fight, but I'd rather choose Haney for undisputed. Yeah. I think he's going to choose whoever he's going to choose in order to get that check. That's what I think is coming down to, the money. You know, you got to understand, this guy wasn't making a lot of money as a boxer prior to him beating Teofimo Lopez. So now the tables have turned. Things have changed. So I think at this point, if it was me, who the highest bidder? Who is the highest bidder? And I want a rematch clause. I want a rematch clause. That's what I want. You see what I'm saying? Chuck Supremacy say Killa Kam is sleeping in silk now. You know, not really. He's not slipping in silk yet because he won't get an opportunity to do that until he fights somebody. When he fights somebody for all these belts, that's where his big money is going to come in at. That's where the big money is going to come in at. You know what I mean? So yeah. You know what I mean? So Vice, what you say, fam? He says we need to see who he picks first, then we can trash him. Yeah, see, I'm not trashing him. You see what I'm saying? I know you're not saying that I am, but I'm just asking the question. You know, listen, some of the people, you know, some of the detractors are saying, "Yo, man, you know, you know, he's starting to act like Teofimo." The man just got the belt 20 minutes ago. Literally, the man got the belt 30 days ago, and already, you know, they jumping out the window, man. Look at Smith away. He said he definitely smelling himself.
To this day.
Hey, why you say that, man? Hey, he said he's smelling himself off. But I'm gonna be honest with you. He was always a confident dude. Like even leading up to the Teofimo Lopez fight, he was talking all kind of shit. Like so. The stuff, the trash that I hear Kambosos talking now, Killa Kam, I'm gonna just say Killa Kam. I don't like Kambosos. That name's just too damn long. Killa Kam. The name that I hear, the stuff that I hear, the trash that I hear Killa Kam talking now, to be fair, he's been talking like that. He's been talking like that from the beginning. So it's not like he's acting brand new. Like he been talking shit. You see what I'm saying? I'm just being honest with you. Shout out to Carl Hansen.
Hey, okay.
For dropping that $7.99. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said Kambosos is the split. He said is the split decision. Let him have the belts for a month. Then we'll see if he's ducking. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm just saying though. You know, like the man had the belt literally for 30 days, and people like 30 days, man. Just not 30 days, 30 days. The man had the belt for 30 days, and I'm just saying, man, the man, come on, man. He got the damn, you know, you got to fight Canelo next, and then got to fight Lomachenko. Lomachenko ain't got no belts, and, you know, so you know, and he got to fight, you know, Devin Haney, you know, and so you know he got some responsibilities. He got some things. He got some choices he got to make. Shout out to Obsidian Lion for dropping that $20 bam super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said $2. Is that all? He said, Coach, I didn't get my notification, but I'm still here. Questions, King. 2022 should be a good year for undisputed matches. What do you think? Oh, you know what, man? He said, keep your foot on that neck. And you know what, man? The code keeper. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I got some high expectations for 2022. I'm gonna tell you why. Shout out to my main man Ron Boy Fresh in the building. Shout out to my main man Ron Boy Fresh. And shout out to my main man Ron Boy Fresh.
What?
Yeah, man, that's my main man from DC. True. Yeah, man. So he says, I'm gonna be honest with you. We should get some good fights. And I think because these pay-per-views have been flopping, the last two pay-per-views, Tank Davis and Jake Paul, bro, I think we're sending a stern message to these promoters. Give us the fights that we want, not what you just want to put together. You see what I'm saying? So it is what it is. That's what I think. But yeah, we should. But you know, when you're dealing with some of the characters that are at play, that are some of the key pieces in order for us to make Undisputed happen in 2022, like the first Undisputed match we should at least get in 2022 should be I don't know if Jamal Charlo and Castaño is going to fight again in the first part of the year, but we definitely can get it with if Devin Haney and George Kambosos fight, we can definitely get that. So I would look forward to that fight. I think stylistically, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not going to pass judgment on that fight until that is actually done. Depending on whatever the outcome is going to be with Crawford Ugas, with Ugas Spence. If Ugas beats Spence, it's going to be a rematch. So that's what's going to happen. I really believe that. I'm giving you tomorrow's news today. If Ugas beats Spence, it's going to be a rematch clause. If Spence beats Ugas, he's going to fight the winner out of Keith Thurman and Mario Barrios. That's how that's going to fight. That we're not going to see a Crawford and Spence next year. So I don't, you know, they not going to do that. They're not doing that. I'm telling you, that shit ain't happening. You know what I mean? Then the fanboys, they're going to be, oh, well, you know, he got it. You know, the fan is just going to come out. The promoters going to come out. They're going to go to talk about purse splits and percentages and this guy, you know, the other side, you know, just a whole bunch of bullshit, bro. So I want to stay away from the bullshit drama, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? D Rose, what you say, fam? He say Devin Haney. He say Haney fans and Loma fans, he say linking their lips. Oh, I guess you meant licking their lips. Kambosos is food. Yeah, a lot of people looking at Kambosos as food, though. Yeah, he says, he say, I got this, coach. Check it out. If you're old to the channel, hit the like button. Yeah, if you're old to the channel, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel. He said they compare Loma to Ali in Floyd with 3 fights, and he lost one of those fights to a journeyman. Overrated. Oh, you know what? You make a good point. You make a good point. I don't know if they compare. And I'm not doubting what you said, Juwan, because I don't remember them saying that. They probably did. Because I wasn't on YouTube back in, I just got on YouTube a year ago. The day the 29th, in 2 days it'll be a year. So I just got on YouTube a year ago. So what they were saying prior to that, but I wouldn't doubt that because they really hyped Lomachenko up. But this is some great white hope shit right here. I'm not even gonna lie to you, boy. You know, especially Teddy Atlas and Max Kellerman. Oh, Lomachenko, he's the Matrix. Oh, look how he moves in the ring. You know, they always hype up them Eastern European fighters. They always did that. I'm like, the dude had a loss already, and they went, oh, well, you know, that loss really don't count. No, it counted. The nigga got a loss, right? And then he loses again to Teofimo Lopez. Now, Lomachenko is a phenomenal fighter, but we got to call it like it is. Listen, we got to call it like it is, bro. If it was anybody else, you know what I mean, we ought to know what they'll be saying. But, you know, when the mainstream media favors somebody, when they favor somebody, they make all kind of goddamn excuses and change the rules and shit. And that's what it is. And this is why I don't even listen to the mainstream media. I don't watch television, Juwan, to be honest with you. But you make a valid point. If he can make a valid point. What Lomachenko got 2 losses already with 16 fights? Yeah, I mean, you make a valid point. That's a possibility. You can say that he's overrated. Yeah, you can say that. I won't even make an argument. I can't even make an argument for that. To be honest with you. You see what I'm saying? Because shit, I know if it was Terrence Crawford with 2 losses with 16 fights, we know they wouldn't be talking about Crawford. He'll be a journeyman right now. He'll be a journeyman. If it was Errol Spence with 2 losses with 16 wins, he'll be a journeyman right now. They wouldn't be talking about him like that. So, you know, let's keep it a hun done. But Lomachenko a good fighter though. He a good fighter. He's just not what they say he is, in my opinion. Shout out to Dolomite for dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said hit the like button for coach. Stephen P says Max and Atlas knows boxing. Yes, they do know boxing, but they are human beings and they're flawed and they have biases. It's not the fact that they don't know boxing, it's the fact they are biased. When you tell me that a dude, bro, hold on, I'm finna show you something right now. I'm fixing to show you something right now. You say Max and Teddy Atlas show no boxing, right? Okay, cool. Let me show you something though. I'm finna show you how much they know boxing. I'm fixing to show you how much they know boxing. Let's see. What is that called? Hold on. I'm fixing to show you something. They might know boxing, but they biased as hell. And they biased towards Eastern European fighters. This is facts. But I'm gonna tell you something. Anytime you tell me, let's see, where he at? Well, there's a video I'm looking for where Terrence Crawford became undisputed at junior welterweight. He became undisputed at junior welterweight. He was let's see. Let's see. He was at junior welterweight. He had just beaten Dongo to become undisputed. Lomachenko had 11 fights. He had 10 wins. He had 10 wins and 1 loss. Here you go right here. 10 wins and 1 loss. And he told, and Andre Ward was still fighting. And he told Terrence Crawford in his face and Andre Ward in his face that Lomachenko is pound for pound #1 over both of them. Nigga, please. So I get what you're saying, Steve P. Max and Atlas, they know boxing. Yeah, they know boxing, but guess what? They full of shit. How in the hell? And at the time, I think at the time, Andre Ward was 32-0. Fought in the Super 6 tournament, whooped everybody in the Super 6 tournament. He had no beat Kovalev in the first fight, was going into the second fight. And then Terrence Crawford was two-division world champion and became undisputed at junior welterweight. And a guy who had from the Ukraine, who had 11 fights, 10 wins, and 1 loss, is pound for pound better than 2 dudes who are 64-0 combined. So I don't respect that. I don't respect that. I respect the fact that Teddy Atlas them, they know boxing and all that shit. That's cool and dandy. But when you tell me this shit, when you tell me this shit, that's what I got to say. See, I ain't gonna do no dick ride for no Lomachenko. I'm not gonna do that. I don't do that. And I ain't gonna do no dick ride for no goddamn Teddy Atlas neither. You see what I'm saying? I tell him this in his face. He said, I respect Teddy for keeping it honest about Canelo, but I agree he's biased towards Eastern European fighters. That's a fact. Look at this right here. Look at this right here. This is Dante's. Dante had this up, Dante's Boxing Nation. But I remember this. I watched this fight, and I remember this shit. Hold on. 2017. This was 4 years ago, right? Right here in this, go to 2017. When Terrence Crawford, he moved, after he became undisputed, he moved up to the welterweight division. That's 2017. So he's been there going on 4 years. 4 years. Right after this fight. He told these two guys they were 64-0 between these two. Andre Ward was 32-0. Crawford was 32-0. And they told him that a guy who had 10 fights, I think Lomachenko had 10 fights at the time. I think he had 10 fights. He was 9-1. He was pound for pound better than these two. Nigga, please. No, sir. No, sir. I can't go for that. I can't go for that. And that's to any Lomachenko fan. Fan or fanboy. I give 2 fucks about what you think. When you tell me that a dude who was 9-1 was pound for pound better than these two guys up here, I say, boy, Hus, what the hell are you smoking? Well, that's what Teddy Atlas said. Who in the hell is Teddy Atlas? Oh, but Teddy Atlas know more about boxing than you do. Yeah, but Teddy Atlas is biased as hell. And just because he know a lot about boxing does not mean that he is not prone for telling lies and not prone for being honest. That's how I feel about it. I want all of the Lomachenko fanboy smoke. I don't duck no fanboys. But, you know, I have an issue with that. But as it relates to Killa Kam, Kambosos, as it relates to him, you know what I mean? I just think that, listen, man, the guy wasn't making a whole lot of money prior to fighting Teofimo Lopez. He fought Teofimo Lopez. I think he made his highest payday. Not sure, but I'm pretty sure he made his highest payday. Got that money from Eddie Hearn. And then now he's in a position to where he can fight Devin Haney to be the real undisputed champion if he can win, or he can fight Lomachenko, or he can fight whoever's going to pay him the most money. He can fight whoever's going to pay him the most money. Period. You see what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. You know, you know, Juwan, I say all that to say that Juwan, you might have a point. Maybe Lomachenko is overrated. And if you're saying he's overrated, who overrated him? This guy right here. This guy right here, Max Kellerman, probably overrated Lomachenko. He's a good fighter. He's a good fighter. Can't take nothing from him. He's a damn good fighter. But he's a damn good fighter with 2 losses. If he was who you guys said he was, he wouldn't have lost to the guys he lost to. Because you would have found a way to overcome whatever obstacles you had to overcome because you're the Matrix. Right? You're the Matrix. So that's all I'm saying, dog. That's all I'm saying. This ain't no shade. This ain't no shade. I'm just calling it like it is. Just calling it like it is. Now, as it relates to Killa Kam, Kambosos, George Kambosos, I'm not gonna lie, dog. He has a right to, he's only had the belt for a month, so get a man some time. I can't sit here and say, he says Andre Ward resume is so garbage. Andre Ward is a Hall of Famer. Andre Ward is a Hall of Famer. and he won, and he beat all the top guys in the Super 6 series, and he beat the Crusher twice. You say his resume is garbage? Well, shit, if his resume is garbage, then shit, I don't know what to tell you. The man, the Hall of Famer. The man, the Hall of Famer. So, say what you want to say about Andre Ward, but the man, the Hall of Famer. I know you probably don't like Andre. For you to even say that, I know you don't like Andre Ward. And that's fine. You don't have to like him. I ain't tripping on none of that. But he's a Hall of Famer. Know that. He whooped everybody they put in front of him, and he whooped all the guys in the Super 6 tournament. He did that. And then he went up to light heavy and he fought the Crusher, Kovalev, when this guy was the guy. He beat him twice. Now the first fight, not gonna lie, I kind of had Kovalev edging Andre Ward out. Not gonna sit here and cap. I thought that Kovalev did enough to win the fight. It was a close fight. But I thought the Kovalev did enough to win the fight, especially with the knockdown. It was obvious that Kovalev did not like them body shots. And so, and then in the second fight, there was no doubt. He got stopped with body shots. Kovalev, who liked to sip vodka, drink vodka, he didn't like to really train that much. He said all kind of crazy shit about his trainer, made all kind of excuses when he lost. As a matter of fact, Kovalev was one of the first guys. Before Wilder, he was making a lot of goddamn excuses. So, it is what it is, but Teddy Atlas is biased when it comes to Eastern European fighters. So anything that Teddy Atlas says when it comes to an Eastern European fighter, I don't pay that no mind. No, never mind. No, never mind. I don't pay that no, never mind. You see what I'm saying? So, Andre Ward wouldn't have lost to no Teofimo Lopez, and he damn sure wouldn't have lost to no goddamn what the dude is that Lomachenko lost to? Was it Salido? I think it was Salido. Yeah, Andre Ward. So y'all, you got to talk about Andre Ward resume garbage. Shit, boy, hush. But that's nothing wrong with you feeling that way, though. I ain't mad at you. You know what I mean? I'm not mad and upset with you for feeling that way. You don't like Andre Ward. But just come out and say I don't like him. I don't like Andre Ward, and this is why I feel that way. You know what I mean? So, Orlando Salido. His second fight, his second fight, he had a loss. Gotta call it the way I see it, dog. Gotta call it the way I see it. I'm not here to cap it. Not here to cap it. I can't do it. Jawan says on Andre Ward resume way better than Loma. It's flawless. Andre Ward is a Hall of Famer. Hey, and then he says that Super 6 tournament was crazy. Death by Machine says he didn't beat Kovalev. Oh, let's see. Andre Ward didn't beat Kovalev. Okay, let's see. He didn't beat him? I think if I look at his resume, it says he beat Kovalev twice. I didn't think he beat him the first fight. I thought that, but that's my subjective opinion. The second fight, he beat his ass. Second fight, that right hand he caught him with, boom. That right hand he caught Kovalev with, that shit was, that was nasty. That was nasty. That second fight, the right hand that set up the body shots where they ended up stopping it. And he folded them up in half like a lawn chair. Yeah, He got 2 victories over Kovalev. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Hey, we got 315 people in here watching. We need 200 likes. Now we can discuss this on the phone, man. Oh yeah, anybody want to talk? Call me up, man. It don't matter to me. You know me. I like talking. Shout out to the Julio Ocho for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said Andre Ward is the only Hall of Fame. He's only in Hall of Fame because of the pro-black political movement. Totally disagree with that. Ward should not be in the Hall of Fame, but because because this pro-black year. No, that's not true. I totally disagree with that. The people who voted Andre Ward in were not even black. I think some of the people, I think Rick Glazer's on that board as well. I think some of the people on that board, let's see. I can find out, Julio, how many people's on the board who make the decisions. That's a simple phone call. But I don't believe that. Because Andre Ward was biracial himself. I don't think it had anything to do with a pro-black political movement. Where is the pro-black political movement at? I don't see any. I don't see any. Can you give me an example of the pro-black political movement? What's going on? Like, give me an example of that. Because I don't see it. I don't see it. I mean, I see some race hustling and race baiting, but I don't see no pro-black political movement going on. I don't see it. But give me an example so I can understand where you're coming from. This guy here say Ronald Finkley, no, you're wrong. Oh, that's between you and Ron. That's between you and Ron. Let's see. Pugilism says anyone lesser than those three or Teofimo gets handled by Loma, as shown in the Nakatani and Comey fights. Vice said Teddy Atlas, Teddy picks are wrong most of the time. He is wrong a lot. He is wrong a lot. He's wrong a lot. He picked Wilder to knock out Tyson Fury. I'm saying in the third fight. In the third fight. You know what I mean? So in the third fight. So that tell you everything you need to know. That tell you everything you need to know. Jesse Saucedo says, he said, imagine if we had gotten Mayweather versus Paul Williams back in the day. Yeah, we can only imagine. We can only imagine. We don't know what would have happened. Paul said Mayweather was too fast and that he would have had to get him. He would have had to get to him on the ropes and unleash Fury to try to beat him. Let's see. He says, anybody saying the Super Six Ward was in was trash is hating hard as hell. Yeah, they hating hard. You can tell by what he's saying. He don't like Andre Ward. Yeah, he don't like Andre Ward. Jeff didn't even say that shit. It won't even acknowledge. He said watching Teddy Atlas have Kambosos on the podcast, I thought Teddy was on his nuts flat out. You're right, Coach. Yeah, that's all he doing. Whole lot of D-riding going on with Teddy Atlas, man. I tell him in his face. I mean, I have respect for Teddy Atlas, but Max Kellerman, all of those guys. But the thing about me is I'm not the corporate guy. I'm not the corporate guy. I'm like more of a Paulie Margellani. I'm going to just say it the way it is. No, hey, man, look here, man. You did good. I kind of like this and that, but this is what I don't like. I can't do it, though. I can't do it. Because I've been like this all my life. I don't know how to be any other way. I've been me for 47 years, dog. I've been me for 47 years. I don't know how to be nobody else. I don't know how to be nobody else. I've been me for 47 years. I don't know how to act any other way. You see what I'm saying? I would have to take acting lessons and learn from Denzel Washington. But I just can't do it. I can't do it. Shout out to Julio Ocho. Hey, okay. Dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said the fighters Ward was up against were 1 million times more qualified. Voters were scared to vote against the black guy because of the environment. Sir, how do you know that, sir? So these are things that you are saying, Julio, and it seems like you're giving your opinion. How do you know that? Let me ask you a question, Julio. Who do you know that was on the panel who did the votes? I told you one already. I told you one who is one of the guys who I had him on the show. So I told you one guy. Who was the guys? Because when you say things, you gotta come with some kind of proof. You got to come with some kind of proof when you say things. When you say shit like this, you're saying that the only reason why Andre Ward got voted into the Hall of Fame because that was this pro-black conspiracy agenda that went on to where that the voters were afraid to vote against the black guy. Andre Ward is biracial. His father's white. And you're saying that he got voted in not based. Now, I'm not saying that someone like a Simon Brown did not deserve to go in before Andre Ward. I'm not saying any of that. There are other fighters that you probably can name that should have went in. I totally agree with that. Are there some biases that's there that may go into votes? Maybe it is, maybe it's not. More than likely, it probably is. But for you to simply say that the reason why that Andre got voted in because of some kind of black power movement, and you got to tell me the movement that's going on, bro. Like, I haven't seen it. He said, "Oh, please, the trash talking going wrong." Yeah, that's all. I haven't seen it. You know what I mean? Like you got to show me proof of that. Give me some examples. That's what I asked you. Give me some examples. Give me some examples, bro. That's all I'm saying. Give me some examples. Shout out to Julio Ocho for dropping that $2 bams super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Julio said, "Not hating, coach. I'm a true boxing fan." Yeah, but I'm just saying, give me. If you're not hating, okay, that's fine. But give me some examples though. But for you to say, I respect your opinion. You feel like the Andre Ward's resume is trash. I don't feel that way. And Andre Ward wasn't even my favorite fighter. I don't feel that way. And I thought he lost to Kovalev the first fight. But that's neither here nor there. He's in the Hall of Fame. Now, but all the other stuff you're saying, it seemed like it's just this is your opinion. You don't have any facts on it. You know what I mean? Show me something. Show me something that you can point me into the right direction so I can at least say, oh, I see where you're coming from. If you can send me somewhere where you can say, well, see, coach, this is an example of what I'm talking about. If you can give me some examples and let me and tell me, point me in the right direction, then I can probably see where you're coming from. Right now, it just seemed like you just saying some shit. That's what it seemed like to me. You seem like you're just saying some shit. So, shout out to Julio Ocho again for dropping that $2 bam super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said it was during Georgie Floyd time by Black era. Let me see. Am I reading this right? It was during George, or I guess you're trying to say George Floyd. It was during George Floyd time by Black era. Yeah, I don't. You say George Floyd. So George Floyd. George Floyd. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm lost, dog. I'm lost. You don't lost me, dog. Yeah, you don't lost me, dog. You don't lost me, dog. I'm lost. You don't lost me. You don't lost me with that. I'm not gonna lie. You don't lost me with that. You don't lost me with that. He says, yeah, I remember when Ward was pound for pound number 1 and Mayweather was number 2. You know the pound for pound is subjective anyways. You know what I mean? You know the pound for pound is subjective. Halim, what you say, fam? He say, dang. He say, damn, he got a hangover fans on today. He said hangover. He said hangover. Hey, Alexander, what you say, fam? He said Kambosos needs to be a man of his word, okay, and grow a pair. Except the Haney fight, so Devin can get his belts and become undisputed. Hey, now that's assuming if Devin Haney can beat Killa Kam. That's assuming if Devin Haney can beat Killa Kam. But you know how fights are made, man. At the end of the day, man, I don't believe nothing when these fighters say, unless the contracts are signed and they are inside of the ring. That's how fights are made. All of that in front of TV and television. Yeah, we gonna shake hands. I come to your fight. I'm gonna shake your hand, and we're gonna make the fight happen. Come on, man. You know that. Come on. You know how that shit is, man. I know people mad. I'm just saying the man only had the belt for 30 days. I don't know if there's any contracts been sent to him or whatever. Who knows? I don't know what the fuck going on. If I find out something, I'll let you guys know though. Shout out to the Vice for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Let's see. Joey Chan says, Ward was never a superstar. Yeah, the mainstream media didn't push Ward like that. And Ward didn't sell tickets like that. I will agree. He didn't sell tickets like that. But he's still a Hall of Famer. And you still ain't giving me no examples, brother. You ain't giving me you saying Ward was never a superstar. So I mean, I guess the pro-black shit, the pro-black political movement did not help him because he was not a superstar. You know what I mean? But I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, though. You know what I mean? We just agree to disagree on that. PBC fanboy say ESPN is biased. Oh, hell yeah, they're biased. Yeah, I mean, hell yeah, they're biased. Anybody listen, ESPN, you got to understand, their business model is this. Tyson Fury is the greatest heavyweight in the history of boxing, according to ESPN. Because Tyson Fury is fighting on ESPN. Lomachenko is the greatest boxer, one of the greatest boxers that ever lived, according to ESPN. They don't do that with Terrence Crawford, but that's fine. Let's see who else. when Kovalev was the crusher, HBO, the crusher, you know, Kovalev, so, you know, bro, it was, bro, I remember this shit. I wasn't on YouTube, but I remember this shit. So it is what it is. He said, PB, I guess you're trying to say a pay-per-view is dead anyway. Only AJ and Canelo do big numbers. The Fury Wilder fight did like 800,000 from what I'm hearing. In the second fight, the third fight did like less than 600,000. So they kind of like, you know, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. We need 35 more likes for me to open up the phone lines. 35 more likes for me to open up the phone lines. Javon Soto, what you say, fam? He says, we need 35 likes and I open up the phone lines. Shout out to the Queen, Karma Serene. She said SOG is biracial, so the pro-black agenda could only do so much. Yeah, exactly. He biracial. And, you know, this dude say, he say, Ward is a jealous hater. No one is giving me any examples that there was some kind of conspiracy that got him in there because of the pro-black agenda. So, you know what I mean? So let's see, man. Let's see. Billy Joe, what you say? He says Kambosos wants to get paid, and I don't blame him. Yeah, I don't blame him either. Because when you went from making $20 a fight, $30 a fight, nobody know who you is. You walk in the store, you know, you ain't got no fans, you know, nobody know who you is. You know, you fighting for Cuban sandwiches and frozen cups, and George Kambosos was broke. Ain't nobody know who he was. You know what I mean? You know, getting paid $20, $30 for a fight. You know, well, whatever currency they use in Australia. You know, getting 100. Whatever the currency is over there. I don't know. You know what I mean? And now, you know, he came to America. He did the impossible, and now he want his bread. I'm not mad at him. Shit, I ain't mad at him. If it was me, I'd be doing the same shit. This guy, hold on, this guy right here with some HMG squeeze. The phone lines will be open. You had a whole lot of shit to say yesterday. If you want to call in, brother, you can call in and tell me whatever you have on your mind. HMG squeeze, we need 200 likes. Hold on. We need 23 more likes, guys. I want to open up these phone lines. HMG squeeze, please call in, brother. You had a whole lot of shit to say yesterday. I had the phone lines open. I thought you was going to call in. You didn't call in. You had a whole lot of shit to say yesterday. Call in and talk to the old boy. I would love to hear from you. And let it be known that this is you when you call in. I would love to hear from you. You know, I love hearing from my haters and detractors. I love hearing from them. I learned a lot from you. HMG squeeze, call in. If you're a hater or a detractor, call in. I would love to hear from you. We need 23. We need 16 more likes. I want to open up these phone lines. I want to hear from this dude here. He say, HMG squeeze. He say, nah, Coach, the wrong guy wasn't here yesterday. Okay, I thought it was you. Sorry about that. I thought it was you. If it wasn't you, HMG squeeze, I apologize. I thought it was you. Sorry about that. Let's see. He said, Australian dollars, 71 cents. Okay, well, you know, I'm just saying, George Kambosos, he wasn't making that much money. You know what I mean? Eating Spam sandwiches and all of that stuff there. Now he's in a position to get to where he's going at. You know what I mean? I ain't mad at him. If I'm George Kambosos, look, I'm gonna fight you, and then I want a rematch clause just in case I lose. That's what I'm gonna do. He said, Coach, how Ward pound for pound, but not a superstar. Brother, listen, Joey Chaz, brother, this is what I'm trying to get you to see, my brother. I'm not trying to argue the semantics of who's a superstar, who's not. You said that the only reason why, I'm trying to stay on the subject matter. You said the only reason why Andre Ward was you said his resume was trash. Okay, that's your opinion. But you said the only reason why Andre Ward got into the Hall of Fame because of some kind of pro-black political agenda conspiracy that went on. This is why he got in. I'm asking you for any proof of evidence that you can lead me to in order to support your claim. That's all I'm saying, brother. That's all. That's I want to stick to that. You see what I'm saying? Because I if you don't have any proof of that, then he's practically undisputed, reigning undefeated, all of that. So I'm not mad. I'm not mad Again, HMG Squeeze. I probably got you confused with somebody else. I apologize. If it wasn't you, it was either yesterday or the day before. Day before yesterday. If it wasn't you, day before yesterday, I apologize. But I ain't apologizing no more. I don't apologize now, so that's it. I ain't apologizing no more. Shit. JB Smooth says, Coach, you got the racists uncomfortable today. They want you to pander and soothe their fragile egos. You are the real definition of unbiased. He said you don't pander to anybody. No, we don't. Well, listen, I don't do no pandering to no goddamn body. I just don't. I don't. I'm not going to do it. You see what I'm saying? So, I don't know if anyone racist in the chat. I have no proof of that. So I'm not calling anybody racist unless you come out and say some racist shit. Then I'll call you that. But I don't throw that word around. I don't throw that word around lightly. You see what I'm saying? I don't throw that word around lightly. Me being a former racist myself. So let's see. We need 7 more likes, man, for me to open up these phone lines. DC Nardo said it's his opinion, Coach. Okay, that's his opinion then. Well, that answers it. That's his opinion. There's no facts on that. All I'm saying, he said, glad to see you holding Kambosos accountable. No, not really. All I'm saying is he only had the belt for 30 days. He had the belt for 30 days. So, and I'm asking a question. Is George Kambosos starting to act like Teofimo Lopez? That's just a question. I'm just asking a question. Me personally, I don't really feel that way. I don't feel that way because I got to put myself in his shoes. I was broke. I was eating Cuban sandwiches, getting paid in frozen cups, lemon heads, Boston baked beans. Didn't nobody know who I was. I had like 3 or 4 fans. Well, he had fans in Australia, but outside of Australia, no one knew who he was. And now he comes to the U.S., he beats Teofimo Lopez, take his straps, take the French fries belt, petition to get the French fries belt. You know what I mean? Transferred to him. And now he's in a position to where he can make the biggest payday of his life. I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him at all. I'm not mad at him. Fanboy Killer said Ward is jealous of Canelo because he was never undisputed. Oh, now I see what this is about. Okay, I see what this is about now. Andre Ward, these are Canelo Alverez fans. So if you're fans of Canelo, you hate Andre Ward. And this is probably what this is. I get it now. I get it. Okay, I get it. I see what's going on. Now I see what's going on. I'll let y'all handle that. 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 The Canelo haters and the people who hate Canelo and the people who hate Andre Ward, I'll let y'all handle that. That ain't got nothing to do with me. He says, why do you think it's so difficult for Devin to secure a fight? You know what, Box Talk? I'm trying to get into the heads and the minds of people who Devin Haney is having a difficult time getting to a fight with. You know what I mean? Okay, we got over 200 likes. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Let me go ahead and put the phone lines up. Phone lines are open. Phone lines are open, guys. But yeah, but I have no idea. I have no idea, bro. Like Devin Haney, I think maybe people don't like Devin Haney. Shout out to Julio Ocho for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, Siri Salido, who beat Loma, won Manuel Marquez in Puerto Rico twice, was champion many times, and was robbed for belts many times. Ward couldn't hold his job. All right. Julio, are you a Canelo fan? I'm pretty sure you are. Hold on, guys. We got a call. Call him in. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, what up, man? It's Chef. I'm calling from Brooklyn, man. What's going on?
What's your name?
Chef.
Shep calling from Brooklyn. What the link read? What you want to talk about?
Yeah, I want to address that shit with this dude. You a curse on here or not?
I mean, we try to keep it respectful. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't want every 2 words to be F this and F that. We want to try to be civilized. Go ahead.
Nah, this dude was talking about that Ward, some racial shit for him getting in the Hall of Fame. This motherfucker won a gold medal for the United States, which hadn't been done in a while at the time. The retired undefeated, cleaned out the Super Six. You know what I mean? He knocked fucking Kovalev out.
Yeah.
Like what else he got to do?
Yeah.
Like how the fuck being black gonna help you get into the Hall of Fame? That shit don't make no fucking sense, man. I don't know where these people get this stupid shit from, man.
No,
You know what I mean?
Shep, I'm gonna tell you what it is. When you pull back the layers of the onion, more than likely, it's probably a Canelo Alverez fan or a fanboy. I'm not saying this guy in the chat is, but it's probably a Canelo Alverez fan or fanboy because they don't like Andre Ward, and fans of Andre Ward don't like Canelo. So that's what's going on. I didn't know where it was coming from, but maybe that's where it's coming. I think that's where it's coming from myself. To be honest with you.
Hey you remember Triple G ain't want to fuck with Ward, right? You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I
remember that.
I remember that like it was yesterday.
Listen, Canelo is making all this money. He's handpicking who he's fucking with to take these belts, man. You know what I'm saying? He's handpicking motherfuckers he know he could beat to get the belt. I'm not knocking him because he's making mad money, man. I could never knock that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'll fuck with Canelo.
I'm not here. Whatever the Canelo fans have going on against Andre Ward fans, I ain't got nothing to do with me. So I'm gonna let them battle that out, Shep. But I think that's probably what it is. To be honest with you, I think that's where that's coming from. I think let me say one more. Oh, go ahead, brother. No, go ahead. Sorry about that.
No, I was gonna say, any motherfuckers talking about his pops is white. My pop's white too, man. Everybody call me black. Everybody, I'm regarded as black, man. I don't know what the fuck. You know what I mean? You got some black in you black, man. Pause. Don't get caught up in the racial politics of bullshit. As I said before, you did not choose your parents. You had no choice in the matter when you came onto the planet. You did not choose your parents. So don't get caught up in all this who's black, who's not black, your parents white, well, you really ain't got enough black in you. All that's some bullshit, Marxist race hustling bullshit anyways, to keep the pot stirred and keep the lines divided. And that's all that shit is. But don't get caught up in that shit. It is just confused. Don't get caught up in that shit. You can't make everybody I want to make one more point, man. Yo, by the way, I subscribe, man. I'm new to the channel. I love the channel, man. Pop it, man. Yo, I want to make one point. Yo, the other day I was at the Kambosos TO shit. Yo, give Kambosos his respect, man, because I went in there, so he was gonna get blown out. Yo, he fought with mad determination, man. Yo, I gotta respect this dude, man. So I don't like when people trying to say like he called the shots now, man. He came through to my shit and he took the nigga out, man.
Yeah, he did.
That's what it is, brother. You know what I'm saying? I gotta respect it.
We got other calls calling in, Shep, man. But thank you so much for calling in, my brother.
Yo, thank you, man.
Yes, sir.
Yo, thank you, man. Peace.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Shep, man, calling from Brooklyn, man. Shout out to Shep calling from Brooklyn, man. The phone line's off the hook right now. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Definitely. My name is Chris from Sacramento.
Chris from Sacramento. What the link read, Chris? What you want to talk about? Sacktown in the building.
Man, Devin, you feel me? I think the problem with Devin is everybody's seeing the blueprint him and his father's laying out, and the boxing world is really scared that might work. So they got to keep him away from Undisputed, because if it do work, it's going to open a floodgate, and they don't want that.
Okay, yeah, you said it's related to Devin. I'm gonna tell you my take on Devin Haney too. I think because Devin Haney is really more like a free agent. He fights on a fight-by-fight basis. You probably don't remember this, but Sugar Ray Leonard used to fight on a fight-by-fight basis. Tommy Hearns used to fight on a fight-by-fight basis. Mike Tyson, prior to signing exclusively to Don King, he used to fight on a fight-by-fight basis. So I think that, but they had more leverage. They had leverage back then. I think because of that, because of the position that he holds, and these promoters they want you to commit to them, and I think Devin is caught up in politics. That's what I think. Anyways, to be honest with you,
that, and I think Bob Arum got something on Lou DiBella. I don't know what it is. I just feel like they go too far back for Bob Arum to get away from this fight for Loma. Even though Loma don't deserve shit, he needs to keep moving up like he needs to go back to 130.
I don't know if he can make that weight no more. Though. I don't know if he can make that weight no more, bro. Like no. As a matter of fact, he said that he's not going down. He said he's not going down. He said he's staying at 130, at 135. You know what I mean? So, and he's not big enough to fight at 140 because he don't have the pop like that. You know what I mean? He don't have the pop like that. So, but listen,
I guess, man.
Hey, but Chris, man, shout out to you, fam, man. Thank you so much, my brother, for calling in. All right. Sacktown in the building,
Yes, sir, y'all
everybody.
be smooth.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Sacktown
sir.
in the building, man. Sacktown in the building. Hey, what y'all got going on with Andre Ward? Hey, we supposed to be talking about Killa Kam. Y'all talking about Andre Ward. Y'all talking about. Hold on, man. Let's see. Hold on. Let's look at this. I want to see something, guys. Hold on. Let's see. Check this out. I want y'all to see. I want y'all to look at this. I think he has a point here. Oh, we got another call calling in. Hold on, guys. Let's get back to this. Got another call calling in, man. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
It's HMD Squeeze, man.
Repeat your name one more time.
It's HMD Squeeze, man.
HMD Squeeze?
I'm out in Mississippi.
Oh, HMD, okay.
Yes, sir.
Mississippi, okay. Mississippi, what's going on, fam? What the league read? What you want to talk about, HMD?
Listen, just because came to me the wrong way, when that ESBC come out, I'm on your ass.
Mm. You in the chat, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you saying the people in the chat coming at you the wrong way?
I said you did when you thought I was the guy from the other day, but I said when that ESBC boxing game come out, you got to see me.
Okay, well, all right. Listen, bro. See you or whatever. It doesn't make me no never mind. You know what I mean? If you was the guy from the other day, you are the guy who I'm talking about. You called in. I appreciate you calling in. You said I got to see you. Okay, it's fine. I ain't got no problem with that, brother. I ain't running nowhere. I promise you that. Anything else you got to say?
All right. No, that's it. Coach, see you a little bad for you, all right?
Yeah, I'm just saying, bro. You said what you had to say. I said what I had to say. That's it. That's it. You said what you had to say. I said what I had to say. Be a man in your word, though. Do what you said you're gonna do. All right.
I'm gonna smack you. I'm gonna smack you when I get the game. Don't worry about it.
All right, you gonna smack me? Okay. All right. Just let me know. Just let me know, brother. Let me know. When you're ready to smack me. You know, if I'm ever at any fights or whatever the case may be, you will have plenty of opportunity to smack me. Okay.
Don't smack the game, coach. You know I ain't. It's all love, baby. Don't smack the game, man. It's all good. Have a good one, coach.
All right, you too.
Call from.
All right. Anybody else? Anybody else want to smack me? Anybody else want to smack me? Let's go. Phone lines is open. 530-494-9636.
Okay.
Caller.
I sent the caller's voicemail. Goodbye.
Hold on. What's going on?
Call from touch 2 star.
Hold on. Let's see. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, coach. This is Alex from Dallas, Texas.
Alex from Dallas, Texas. What's going on, fam?
Not much, man. Having a good day over here, but I'm listening to your show, man. Great show today. I just wanted to make the comment, that it kind of doesn't have to do with what you're talking about today, but it's a similar situation that Devin Haney, in my opinion, is going through. And it's that Dylan White and Tyson Fury situation. Do you think that Tyson Fury is going to get elevated to franchise heavyweight so they can give this belt to this man? Because I really don't see them fighting. What do you think? What do you expect from the WBC in this matter?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like Mauricio Suleiman does what he wants to do. He changes the rules. Listen, Alex, you know this for a fact, right? Mauricio Suleiman will say one thing one day, and then the next day he'll say something totally different to contradict what he said the next day, and then he'll say something else after that. So I'm like, bro, I don't believe anything Mauricio Suleiman says, bro. Like, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button, man, and please share this video. Bro, I don't know, man. Like, I can't. I'm at a loss of words because when you're dealing with someone, they make the rules up as they go along. You can't. But go ahead.
You're right. You're very right. But I can see that man pulling that up, man. I can just see something like that happening, like what just happened to Devin Haney and what just happened to Charlotte when Canelo got elevated. It's just they're trying to make it
they're trying to spread that virus through all the division.
Mhm.
You know, like adding this belt little bit by a little bit. It just seems like that to me. Yeah, I may be run. I'm run every day, but it seems like that to me. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, okay, man. Hey, Alex. Alex, thank you so much for calling in, man. Oh yeah, what's up with them Cowboys, man?
Hey, them sorry fuckers are winning this year.
Hey,
Them
man.
sorry motherfuckers are winning this year.
Okay.
We might. I don't know. I don't wanna sound like another Cowboys fan, you know. But hey, they're looking good.
Yeah, they're looking good, man. Shout out to Alex, man, for calling from Dallas, Texas, man.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Oh, what the brother say? He says he talking about the ESPN game coming out, not fighting you. Oh, I didn't know. See, I don't play video games, so I didn't know what he was talking about. All I heard was something about when I see you or something, I'm gonna smack you. That's all I heard. I didn't know he was talking about a video game. I thought the brother was really talking about physically smacking me. So that go to show. I didn't know. Hey, brother, I apologize. I thought you were talking about physically smacking me. That's what I thought. Louis James, he said it's almost like he says all that. It's like we can't never have a dispute at 135. I don't play video games and I don't even watch TV, so I don't know, bro. I thought the brother was talking about smacking me for real. All they got dudes telling me that they got shooters, so shooters smacking me. I didn't know shit. How the hell I supposed to know? I don't watch it. Hey, caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
It's VA Money.
Repeat that, brother. You sound muffled.
VA Money.
Oh, VA Money in the building, man. VA Money. What the league? Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Norfolk, Virginia.
Okay, Norfolk, Virginia. Norfolk, Virginia. What the league read, baby? What you want to talk about?
Man, I want to talk about the narratives that float around in boxing and the actual reality of, like, there are more factors that determine how fights get made or which fights get made than just what people think. Like, people know about the promotions and stuff like that. They think there's like some kind of Cold War going on still. That's just not the case. Like, so if let's say if Tank wants to fight Lomachenko tomorrow, Bob Arum will actually make that fight. You know what I mean? But as far as Kambosos not wanting to fight Devin Haney, I think I know one of the factors that's keeping that fight from being made. Now, I don't 100% know. All right, so you don't have to. All right, so I'm gonna throw it out there. This is my suspicion. All right, so Kambosos, Devin Haney, for all his fights, he likes to VADA test people, right? I think he's the only top fighter at 135 that does that. If you look at all of the landscape of 135, everybody pretty much is willing to fight everybody except for Devin Haney. Like, everybody, like, Teofimo would have fought Tank Davis. He was never going to fight Devin Haney. If you look at Teofimo Lopez, I mean, he's not going to pass a lot of tests with supplements that he uses to prepare for fights. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm actually not willing to debate that part. Like, if you look at an actual boxer, they're not built like how when you look at Teofimo Lopez, they're not built like that. That's not how boxers are built. When you look at Canelo and guys like that, that's not boxing. That's bodybuilding. When you're taking certain kinds of supplements, they have like what we call an androgenic response. Like, you turn into more of a man than you already were. Like, you start looking like Captain America. That's where you see Canelo Alverez and so when I saw a clip of Kambosos training, and I saw like how shredded he was. I saw like how fast he was and stuff like that. And I'm suspicious as to the VADA stipulation in the contracts that Devin Haney likes. I'm suspicious that that's one of the stipulations that I don't imagine that Kambosos is going to come out and say, hey, this is why I will not fight Devin Haney. But I'm going to come out and say that I would be surprised if Kambosos accepts a fight with Devin Haney.
Okay.
I'm going to put it out there.
Okay.
And like I said, like stuff like this is like backroom boxing stuff.
Hey, we got callers calling in, so I want you to you got to get ready to wrap it up. But go ahead.
I'm sorry. You want me to finish up?
Yeah, go ahead. Yes, go ahead and finish up.
You about to hang up?
No, go ahead and finish up. So I got other calls calling. Finish up what you're saying. Yeah.
I'm sorry. So like I was saying, like, so keep in mind, like, So, like, I mean, that was basically my point. Like, I don't think that we're ever going to get undisputed in the way of Kambosos and Devin Haney. I don't think that's going to happen. I think he's going to fight whoever else. I think Kambosos is more likely to fight Pink than Devin Haney. But right now, it's looking like Lomachenko. That's an actual thing. That's going to happen. It's not going to be Devin Haney. In a million years, it's never going to be Devin Haney.
All right. Shout out to VA Money, man. Shout out to you, fam, for calling in. I appreciate you calling in, fam. Yo, guys, phone lines is open, man. Hey, everybody, you see, you guys know about video games. I don't know nothing about no damn video games, but I'm telling you, literally, bro. Oh, boy. Let's see, man. Let me say, Coach, I'm the Washington football team fan. When we played Dallas, we started out with 14 points before the game started. All right, okay. All right, sure. Let's see. Herwolf sounds to me like he's been given a nice offer. Hey, I'm just saying, all I'm saying is this. Let's go over here, though. This is all I'm saying. Let's go over here. Now, check this out. This is Rick Glazer's Twitter page, right? As you guys know, Jake Paul pay-per-view numbers, it's been rumored by someone who put it out on saying that he only did 65,000. Check this out. The guy said, what's the nice topic? The nice topic is Teofimo, not Teofimo Lopez, but George Kambosos. Is some people saying that he's acting like Teofimo, Diva, and stuff like that. I think that's propaganda that's being put out by one side, or it could be that maybe people really feel that way about him. He only had the belt for a month, so goddamn, that's all I'm saying. Let some more time go by, and then if we start seeing him being all in the videos, like his daddy and all in the videos, and Diddy bopping and all that stuff, then we can say that. But to me, there's not enough time to even come to that conclusion yet, to be honest with you. But Rick Glazer make a valid point. He says, he said pay-per-view boxing was designed for the biggest fights. Facts. Let's stop right there. Pay-per-view boxing was designed for the biggest fights. He say fight promoters had to put on pay-per-view as the fighters were getting massive purses, not mundane, ordinary title bouts. Pay-per-view fights that you'd have house parties around. This era of pay-per-view is mostly garbage money grabs, and it's killing boxing. This is facts. Do you guys agree with that? This is facts, bro. A lot of you old school cats know what I'm talking about. Back then, when we used to see pay-per-view fights, we used to have fight parties and all of that stuff there. Today, they put everything on pay-per-view. King Kong Ortiz, and we're gonna watch that fight. We're gonna have some fun Saturday. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Coach, my man.
Sure, what the lick read?
Oh, man, I'm chilling listening to you, man, looking at the topic. Yeah, I think the boy is, once you win the title, you get a whole bunch of new friends. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Everybody in your ear, telling you what you should do, what you shouldn't do.
Yeah.
Look, Kambosos ain't made no money in his career. He gonna make the most money possible, and I ain't mad at him for that.
Yeah, I ain't mad at him. He's only had the belt for 30 days. Man only had the belt for 30 days.
Yeah, goddamn. You just let this breathe? Shit. But I just heard a rumor last night, Coach. I don't know if you heard anything about it.
What's that?
They saying that your boy, Mr. Lopez, is moving up to 40, and his next fight might be Postal. Now, I don't know if that's an easy fight, Coach. What's your thought?
Victor Postal might be a little too long in the tooth. I don't know. Victor Postal, he's an old veteran now. He's an old veteran now.
Right, but look at this. Postal got 3 losses.
Mm-hmm.
Crawford. He lost to Ramirez.
Right.
And he lost to
Taylor.
What's he lose?
Josh Taylor. I think he lost to
Josh Taylor.
Josh Taylor, yeah.
Josh Taylor. That's the only 3 losses he got.
Mm-hmm.
Is Teofimo on that level?
The reason why I'm kind of like hesitating a little bit, Shelton, is because Postal been around a long time. He been around a long time, so he probably can beat him. He probably can beat him right now. Victor Postal been around a long time, so only way we're gonna find out, they're gonna have to fight each other. But I mean, maybe youth is on Teofimo's side. I would say that. But what do you think?
I would say that. Yeah, that I agree with. But I tell you what, Coach, I want to see the fight.
Yeah. I want to see the fight.
If they make it, I sure want to see it.
But see, Postal. I mean, Teofimo's in a catch-22. If he fights on Postal, and if he loses to him, people say, "Oh man, well, Teofimo, he ain't the same after he beat Loma, and George Kambosos softened him up." But if he beats Postal, they'll say, "Oh man, Postal was old and over the hill." So that
right.
But I see what you're saying. You still want to see the fight, though. You still want to see the fight.
Yeah, because look, this guy. Look, I was saying, and me and you talked about this before. This guy Lopez lives off of one win. One win. He lives off that shit for like 13, 14 months.
Yeah.
Okay, now you want to move up to 40? I think this is a good fight for him because you don't want to put him up at 40 and throw him right in with a Ramirez or a Regis or a Jose. What's the other guy's name? The guy just knocked out Jose Vargas.
Oh, damn. I was just talking about him the other day. I forgot, man. I know
Zepeda. Jose Zepeda.
Yeah.
Zepeda.
Yeah,
You don't want to throw him with a Zepeda or a Ramirez or a Regis right now. He's just coming off an injury. You put him in with Postal and see what he got. If he still got it, he beats Postal.
Yeah.
If he ain't what they say he is, we find out.
Yeah,
but that's my call, Coach. I just want to holler at you, brother.
Yeah, man. Yeah, 140 ain't nothing to play with, man. It ain't no scrubs at 140, really. It's some tough fights.
No, you got Matias up there. You got like I say, Ramirez. You got Regis. You got some killers up there. So you got Gary Antoine Russell. You got Gary Antoine Russell up there. Don't forget about him.
Yeah. You're right about that. Chef, man, shout out to you, fam. Shout out to my brother Chef for calling in, man. Thank you so much, my brother.
All right, man. Have a good day, brother. Thank you.
Yes, sir. We got another call calling in, guys. We got another. Phone lines is hot today. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
My name's Anthony McGlashan.
Repeat what you say, fam. Your voice sound muffled.
Sir, my name's Anthony McGlashan. Can you hear me?
Anthony from Nebraska?
Anthony McGlashan.
Okay, where you from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn.
From Brooklyn. Okay,
Brooklyn.
what's going on, my brother? What you want to talk about?
Yeah, I just want to talk about that real quick about how these Daniel was talking about how these fights every fight nowadays, like in the 90s, like when Mike Tyson was fighting, like the big fights was the fights they had. Nowadays, these fights they're doing is these bullshit garbage fights, like Ortiz versus this guy, and then Mario Burrows versus freaking Heath Thurman. These are like these bullshit fights, garbage fights. You know what I mean? What do you think about that?
No, I totally agree. Like it's like what Rick Glazer said right here in this article or on this tweet. Pay-per-view boxing was designed for the biggest fights. Now, for all of you guys who new to boxing, just started watching boxing 5 years ago, you don't understand that's what pay-per-view was for. You don't put every fight on pay-per-view. There's no way in the hell Charles Martin and King Kong Ortiz would be a pay-per-view fight. Keith Thurman versus none of that. Hell,
this is bullshit.
Even an Errol Spence versus a Sean Porter, or Errol Spence versus a Mikey Garcia or a Danny Garcia. Those wouldn't have been pay-per-view fights. Those would have been fights that's led up to the mega fight. The mega fight would be like Errol Spence and Crawford. That would have been a pay-per-view. But the way they're doing it now, they have a star fighter that's supposed to be a star of their stable, and they'll put him on pay-per-view with anybody. And people who just started watching boxing, they think that this is the norm when it's not. It's not the norm. They think this is the norm, but it's not. It's not.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's like it's messing up boxing. It's like they're not making the best fighters like the best either. Like they trying to put her against, like now they're saying Lomachenko versus Kambosos and all the super. Like they're saying Bob Arum don't want to pay for Lomachenko to fight Kambosos. And but I don't understand like how they doing. I'm still trying to figure out because let me watch the boxing for a minute since I was like 90s, 90s. Mike Tyson, and like I'm younger than you, but I'm saying like I still remember the game like how was when these guys, even Mayweather, when they used to fight the best, Like these guys nowadays, even like Canelo cherry picking is like he moving up all into one. I don't understand like how they doing. Like he go on up to cruiserweight and going to fight this guy that got 3 losses and all this. It's just messed up. It's not the way it's supposed to be, man.
Yeah, boxing has changed, man. It's changed a lot. Now
it's like politics, and you can pick who you want to fight in the best enough, and then they have all these things. I don't understand why they have. I'm just gonna say I don't want to, but why they changed from one different WBC belt to all 4? They formed sanctions about it, WBA, WO, and IBS. What's up with all that? I don't understand that. Why was it one back in there? It was just one. Why they have 4 belts? Is it because of money? That's it.
Yeah, that's what it is. Sanctioned bodies create belts in order to generate dollars for their corporation. But listen, hey, shout out.
I'm gonna make one more point. I'm gonna let you go. One more point. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna that is this true? Are they gonna make Conor Ben versus AJ Broner? Because I want to see him fight again. That's the last one.
Conor Ben. Conor Ben. Salute to you, brother. You from Brooklyn, right?
Yeah, from Brooklyn.
Yeah,
Agent Broner. He's supposed to fight Agent Broner.
Yeah, BK all day. Yeah, Adrian Broner. Yeah, as a matter of fact, Conor Ben wants to fight Adrian Broner. He called 3 names out. He called out
is they gonna fight?
No, it hasn't been confirmed yet, but they're working on it. They're working on it. So I don't, it hasn't been confirmed yet. Nothing that's been confirmed.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Shout out to you, brother. Nothing's been confirmed yet. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. So, but I listen, he hit the nail right on the head. Listen, pay-per-view was only meant for the biggest fights. You did not get everybody wanting to fight. Pay-per-view was only for the biggest fights, guys. It wasn't for every fight. You know what I mean? Are we gonna put this fight on pay-per-view? Listen, pay-per-view, you didn't have 10 pay-per-views during the year for a fight. You didn't have 10 pay-per-views during the year for a fight. That didn't happen back then. Pay-per-view was a special event. Pay-per-view was an event. Now this is what boxing have lost. Now the event is not there, right? It's not an event anymore. Let's throw this on pay-per-view. Let's throw that on pay-per-view. And when you oversaturate the market with pay-per-view fights, what do? When you oversaturate the market, you make people not interested in. Especially if you oversaturate the market with garbage fights. When you oversaturate the market with garbage fights, this is what you're going to get. Let's go here. When you oversaturate the market with garbage fights, this is what you're going to get right here. Let me show you something. This guy right here, this is let me see. Sorry about that. Let me blow it up. Get rid of you. I don't know who that is. Get rid of this guy. This is what happened. It says Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley. Not Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley. Jake Paul has a strong social media following. He normally is able to bring his. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Hit the like button. He normally brings in a crowd. His last fight did 500 or something thousand pay-per-views. Him and Tyron Woodley. This time the shit flopped. Tyron Woodley versus Jake Paul too. You know what I mean? And I don't even like talking about this shit, to be honest with you, because to me this ain't no real boxing. I like to talk about real fighters, but I'm using this as a teaching point. Now, Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley too, it flopped. It did 65,000 pay-per-view buys. Tank Davis pay-per-view numbers were 52,000, according to Rick Glazer, bringing in under 3 million pounds, right? So now, this right here is a telltale sign. I'm going to tell you why this is a good thing. I'm going to tell you why this is a good thing. We got another call calling in. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, this is Jerron calling from New York, Coach.
Jerron calling from New York. What the link read, homie? What you got going on?
Hey, look, you call it like it is. That's why I listened to you. That's why you got my attention a couple of weeks ago. Look, I don't know why they didn't see that Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley 2 was going to flop. Come on, man. You was lucky to get the 500,000 for the first time. You know what I'm saying? So you turned them fans off because the fight wasn't even good. Come on, man.
Yeah, the fight.
And then we knew what was going to happen in the second fight. We just didn't know Woodley was going to get knocked out. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to be honest with you. It probably would have been better if Woodley would have got knocked out in the first fight than, you know what? I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. Because if he'd got knocked out in the first fight, and then talking about rematching him, they'd have been like, "Oh man, we saw him got knocked out in the first fight. We're not interested in it." But go ahead.
Hey, look, I'm finna go ahead and break this down for the listeners, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
It's already been proven that a boxer can't be the MMA fighter in boxing, and an MMA fighter can't be the boxer. Boxer can't be the MMA fighter in MMA. No. James Toney is one of the greatest fighters of all time.
Yeah.
You seen what happened when he went over there and fought my man, who was it, Hughes?
Yeah.
Hughes that time?
Yeah.
He got choked out within the first round.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
All right, you done seen that. But we did see Anderson Silva beat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., but who didn't know that?
Yeah.
Because Chavez Jr., listen, man, I don't want to disrespect nobody, but I'm going to be honest with you. Because the truth ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I can't even believe Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. is even Junior's father. Because DNA normally don't lie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So, if they want to do pay-per-view, I can see this right here now, Coach, with pay-per-view. I can see this right here. If you want to put a fight together and build your fighter, and you want to put it on pay-per-view, and we know it ain't that great of a fight, charge $20. You hear me?
Yeah.
Charge 20 if it's like that. Charge $20. You know what I'm saying? Bring the prices down some. $20 if you want. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got $20 to spend. They blow $20 a day doing nothing.
Yeah.
If they really want to see a fight, you know what I'm saying? And if that's their favorite fighter or whatever. But when you start giving us fights that we know shouldn't have been on pay-per-view, come on, man.
Hey, and
certain fights just don't. Huh?
Hey,
go
no,
ahead.
go ahead, Jerron. We got to wrap the call up. But yeah,
Go ahead, Coach.
Now, hey, Jerron, I'm gonna address what you just said. Shout out to Jerron, man, calling from New York, man. I appreciate you calling in, my brother. Hey,
all right, Coach, be good, brother.
Yes, sir. Listen. Pay-per-view used to be an event. Now, the reason why they cannot sell a pay-per-view, Jerron, for like $20 is because it has to make sense financially. If you sell it for $20, they may not even make the kind of money that they need in order to cover the cost. So they have to have a certain price point that you have to sell the event for, the pay-per-view for, in order to make the kind of money that you want to make. If you sell it at $20, you won't make that kind of money. So this is why they have a certain price point. It's just like if you got your own business, right? And you're selling t-shirts, and it may cost you $20 to make the t-shirt. You can't sell it for $20 or even $15. You'll lose $5 or you'll just make your money back. So you have to set the price point at a certain point to where you can at least make a profit. So this is why they don't bring the pay-per-views down too low. What that tells me, this takes me into something else. What that tells me about why they're selling the pay-per-view fight for King Kong Ortiz and Charles Martin so low at $39.99, it's because they're not getting paid a whole lot of money any goddamn ways. Charles Martin and Ortiz ain't getting paid a whole lot of money anyways. They're getting low upfront money. They might be getting less than $1 million. Don't be surprised. King Kong Ortiz and Martin might be getting paid $500,000 on this fight on the front end, and the rest they're gonna try to recoup it on the back end. And then with the back end, you know, we know it ain't no such thing as back end, but really they're gonna try to get profits from whatever's left over from the pay-per-view. But the networks have to get their money. You know what I mean? After the networks get their money, the cable company and all that stuff there, after they get their money, then Al Heyman gonna have to get his cut from Ortiz and Martin, and the manager, which is Al Heyman, he probably gonna get his cut, and the promoter, which is gonna be TGB, Tom Brown, he gonna get his 30% or whatever, 33%. So, bruh. Woo, boy, the shit ain't looking good over there, man. With the kid. Listen, I can promise you, there's nobody talking about Charles Martin in Ortiz fight. Nobody talking about them. Nobody. Ain't nobody on YouTube talking about them, really. Nobody's talking about Charles Martin. But that pay-per-view might do 15,000 buys. Shout out to Unrider of the Storm for dropping that half for bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Rider of the Storm say, salute, coach. He said, I believe that pay-per-view platform is dead, oversaturated. That's why streaming services is the future. Exactly. Cheaper for consumers, and providers know how much money they have to use. Do you know what? That's pretty much it. Remember, pay-per-view used to be an event, just like Rick Glazer said. Pay-per-view used to be an event. It used to be, man, oh shit, boy, Tyson fighting tonight, boy. Oh, he fighting in 3 weeks, or he fighting in a month. Everybody done bought their pay-per-views ahead of time. People having fight parties, barbecues. We drinking Coronas, Heinekens, Guinness Stouts, Budweisers. It used to be an event. Now it's like, bro, don't nobody even get excited about it no more, because the promoters don't know how to promote the events anymore. They don't know how to get people excited about it because they're oversaturated the market with these garbage ass pay-per-view fights. And then when you give us pay-per-view, you're not even giving us the fights that we want. We can't get the fights that we want, but you're gonna put it on pay-per-view. Listen, The only thing you should put on pay-per-view is what the fans ask for. So somebody like a Mike Tyson, he was a brand. Somebody like Canelo Alverez, he's a brand. Somebody like Floyd Mayweather, he was a brand. Look at any fighter that's boxing today. Joshua was a brand out there in the UK and in different countries as well, Saudi Arabia as well. But I'm just saying this, but I'm saying like a global phenom, a phenomenon, you got video games, you're a brand. People just, everywhere you go, there's something. Like, dude, don't nobody know who the hell Ortiz is. Don't nobody know that. And Charles Martin, oh my God, when the last time Charles Martin fought? And this is what happens. So the fans, I'm gonna tell you why this is a good thing. Shout out to Coach K. He said, bottom line, he said they better adjust those pay-per-view prices back to realistic. He said, because today's market not gonna get them $80 unless it's a big fight and a good undercard and event. You hit the nail right on the head, Coach K. Hey, Coach K, you already know it has to be. Again, like the brother say, it was an event back then, bro. There's no events no more. There's no events no more, dog. Like, bro, y'all putting everything on pay-per-view. Listen, imagine me fighting an Amazon Prime warehouse worker. Now, of course, I'm gonna argue and say it should be pay-per-view. Fighting the Prime Amazon warehouse worker, that should be pay-per-view. Of course, I'm gonna say that, but realistically, it's not. Carter, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Calling from Memphis, Tennessee, Gerald Irvin.
Gerald Irvin, what the link read, Gerald? What you got going on?
Man, look here. You right about how those pay-per-views should be. Now in the lightweight, the biggest fight in the lightweight is going to be Tank Davis going up against Devin Haney, which they should hold that off, get the money up, and when Shakur Stevens move up to 135. So you got the biggest three fights they can make: Devin Haney against Shakur Stevens and Tank Davis versus one of those two as well. That's where your money at in the lightweight right there. Those three fighters.
Man, let me tell you something, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. If Floyd Mayweather ever decide to let Tank fight any of those other lightweights, whether it's Lomachenko, whether it's Devin Haney, or whether it's Kambosos or whatever, if he ever allowed him to fight those guys, those would be big. I'm gonna tell you why it'd be big, because those would be fights that the fans want to see. They'll be like, damn, Tank is in a 50-50 fight now. And we know he's talented. We know he's talented. We know he's good. And in order to be a great fighter, you have to get in the ring with another great fighter. And when two great fighters get in the ring together, they bring out the best in each other. That brings excitement. No one wants to pay $80 for a fight when we automatically know you're going to win the guy. Oh, this man, he going to beat this dude, man. If they believe that, they automatically going to win the fight. If they believe it. Go ahead.
Let me ask you this. See, somebody on here, on your live, said that Lomachenko will bring more money than Devin Haney going against Kambosos. Lomachenko ain't never fought on no pay-per-view, ever.
No, never.
He's never had a pay-per-view.
Yeah, he's not.
And Kambosos never had a pay-per-view until he fought Teofimo, and the only reason Teofimo had a pay-per-view because he had the belt. And that was the only reason he had a pay-per-view. He never fought on no pay-per-view.
And this is
people forget.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, sorry about that, brother. Go ahead.
With Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez, they was fighting for 3 belts, and that was not a pay-per-view fight. That fight was free on ESPN. That's why the numbers were so high, and people seem to forget that.
Again, hey Jared, thank you for calling from Memphis, man. We got other calls calling in. I'm gonna address it right now, brother. You hit the nail right on the head. Shout out to Jared calling from Memphis, Tennessee, man. You hit the nail right on the head, brother. Listen, these pay-per-view used to be events, guys, and events, something that electricity is in the air. People, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. People used to get excited. Like, oh my God, bro, I feel so bad for these dudes who just started watching boxing like 5 years ago. Bro, you have no idea. 20 years ago, the pay-per-view, man, was crazy. We talking about the late 80s. We talking about all throughout the 90s.
You had so many good fighters. You had so many great fighters in the lightweight division, the welterweight division, the middleweight division, the heavyweight division. Oh, bro, we're talking about lightweight, middleweight, welterweight, and heavyweight. Those 4 divisions there, bro, you had some great fighters. And when you step in the ring, unless you was just fighting a bum, somebody like Mike Tyson, he can get in the ring pretty much anybody do a million pay-per-view buys. Tyson did. But outside of that, what I'm saying is De La Hoya's, Julio Cesar Chavez. I'm like, bro, we got a lot of free fights. We got a lot of fights that wasn't pay-per-view. And bro, y'all just don't understand. It's not an event anymore, bro. It's not an event, bro. It's not an event, man. And they oversaturating the market, man, to be honest with you. Carla, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Coach, it's Steve Kim. What's going on?
Steve Kim. Steve, what's going on, man? Steve, what's going on with you, baby?
Good. Look, I've been wanting to call in for the past day or two because I know you talked a lot about the French fries WBC franchise championship. I wanted to explain something about why the franchise was created. Okay, and I hate the franchise or the French fries as you call it. I think it's terrible for boxing. I think it dilutes the titles. But what it really does is it takes away opportunities from mandatory contenders that have earned a spot. So let's go back.
Okay.
5 years ago, do you remember when Canelo first had the WBC middleweight title? And somehow, some way, Gennady Golovkin won the interim title by beating Rubio. Tom Loeffler engineered it. So by becoming the interim champion, even though he had other belts, eventually the WBC said, okay, as the interim champion, you're in essence the mandatory. They put a deadline on Canelo to say, hey, you have to fight this Golovkin guy. Well, him and Golden Boy didn't think they were ready for that fight, didn't want the fight, and he ended up giving up the WBC belt. Now, for a Mexican national to give up that belt, I mean, that's a cardinal sin, and it embarrassed Canelo. Canelo took that very personally, that the WBC and Mauricio Suleiman put him in that position. And if you go back and you research this, Coach, he basically said, F the WBC. I'm never going to, they're dead to me. I don't ever want to wear their belt. It's just net. In fact, it got so bad, Coach, that a few times, or at least once, when Canelo found out that Mauricio Suleiman was at the fight and had a credential from the promoter to be at the fight, I think he told Golden Boy, take that credential off his neck. Let him buy a ticket.
I remember that. I remember that. I remember that.
And so, Coach, what happened is that to get back into the good graces of Canelo, to make sure that they never put Canelo in a position where he has to face a mandatory that he doesn't want to, they said, well, we're going to make you the franchise belt, which in essence is what I call the Secret Service belt, because it's a protection agency. And so a guy like Jermall Charlo, in my view, was victimized because a year and a half ago, they said, oh, you're the WBC middleweight champion. My point is, I think Charlo, if he's a real fighter, would have said, nah, I'd rather just fight Canelo. But Canelo was the franchise. Then they gave the franchise to a guy like Vasyl Lomachenko, which then insulated him from a mandatory spot or a mandatory fight against Devin Haney. Well, if I'm Devin Haney, look where I'm at. I would have much rather have had the chance to beat Lomachenko and then live with those results. And so, in my view, in a perfect world, a sanctioning body should always have a mandatory position. If you have a champion that doesn't have to fight a mandatory position or mandatory challenger that's earned it, it's not a real belt. You devalue your belt. And so whether you're the slick, dangerous black fighter that has a very difficult style or the hard-punching Eastern European fighter that doesn't sell 3 tickets, it victimizes fighters and it provides shelter for certain big-name champions. And I don't think that's right.
But you know what though? You got to turn the volume in the background, Steve. I'm hearing feedback.
Oh, okay, hold on. Okay, I turned off the thing.
Now,
go ahead.
Now, the thing that gets me is this. A lot of people say, they're gonna say what they say. Canelo, Charlo, this, that, yada yada yada, and everybody, you may very well have validity to that. I'm not even disputing any of that stuff, but when I hear Mauricio Suleiman try to explain the franchise on these different shows and these different platforms,
He said, well, I know we started a lot of confusion. I have the videos. We started confusion, but we're introducing a new concept. People don't want to embrace change. When you hear that stuff, what runs through your head when you hear him say all of this stuff, trying to explain the franchise and people don't want to embrace change and we're introducing a new concept, and what comes to your mind when you hear that?
Oh, I think it's a lot of bullshit. And I like Mauricio. I get along with him very personally well. He's a friendly guy. I think he's actually made some positive contributions to the sport of boxing. He's improved that organization from his father. However, go back to our favorite fighter, Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Hagler was blackballed from the middleweight title. So first of all, he didn't have the connections to become a number one contender, but no one would give him a shot. My point is, if you are a champion, every year you should be forced to fight a worthy mandatory challenger regardless of style. I'm so sick and tired of people in boxing saying, yeah, but he doesn't have a great style, or he's difficult, or he's tough. Right.
Yeah, that's the point.
Exactly why
that's the point.
You should be able to, yeah. This is professional boxing, not pro wrestling, which, by the way, I like wrestling. But boxers should be forced to take fights that are difficult and uncomfortable. Think about what Marvin Hagler did. Marvin Hagler, after that war with Tommy Hearns in 1985, he was this close to retiring. He had kind of gotten sick of the grind, the disciplined lifestyle. He said, you know what? I'm sick of being a... But when it came down to it, there was a guy by the name of John the Beast Mugabe. He was 26-0, 26 knockouts.
Oh, I remember that. Boy, that was a hell of a... Oh, that was a hell of a fight there, boy. Oh, my God.
Right. And Mugabe was the number one contender, I believe, in all three sanctioning bodies. There was no WBO back then. So IBF, WBA, WBC was all number one. And they ended up putting a hellacious fight on in March of 1986. Because you know why? Because Marvin Hagler had honor, but he also had no choice. If you want to defend these titles, that's your number one contender. You better go face that hard-punching guy. Right. And he did. That's what boxing's about. Look, we have enough fights where fighters pick and choose and their managers the easiest guys. Once in a while, these guys, I don't know about you, Coach, I think they should be forced to take a fight they don't want to take. Because in football, if there's a team that really gives you a lot of problems, like Tampa Bay with New Orleans Saints, guess what? They still got to face them twice a year.
They got to face them. We can't beat them. We can't beat them. Save our. That's my team, the Tampa Bay. I'm like, man, I picked the Saints with 11. I think that was mine plus 11. I took the Saints with the points.
Right. They just happen to know them well, but they're forced to play them twice. Now, I get it. Boxing's not a league, but that franchise belt was specifically created, in my view, so that Mauricio Sulaiman can get back into the business of Canelo Alverez. So now that Canelo is their franchise champion, so anytime there's a tough number one, let's say like a Demetrius Andre type of guy, or a guy that just is an incredibly hard puncher, well, Canelo can just say, well, I'm the franchise champion. That guy's not my mandatory. That's not right. That ain't right. That's not the essence of the sport that I grew up with.
So what? I want to ask you this: the pay-per-view. Do you? Because I looked at a tweet that Rick Glazer put out. I totally agree with it wholeheartedly. Remember, pay-per-view used to be an event. Remember when anytime there was a fight? You remember the excitement of it? We used to get happy. We fight parties. Oh man, Tyson's fixing to fight Holyfield, or he's fixing to fight Bruno, or Julio Cesar Chavez fixing to fight this guy or whatever. Pay-per-view was events. You didn't get 10, 15 pay-per-views throughout the year. That didn't happen back then. Do you think the pay-per-view model right now is being oversaturated, and is that alone is killing pay-per-view?
Well, I think there's a couple of things. Number one, when we grew up, Coach, in our much younger days, pay-per-view meant, wow, this is an elite event. That means Hearns, Hagler, Mike Tyson against Spinks, Holyfield, even Manny Pacquiao throughout the last 15 years, certainly a Floyd Mayweather, because they generated so much money that a network would not be able to pay that license fee, so they had to be on pay-per-view. Or there was the other pay-per-view where Top Rank would do a smaller show. They used to call it a Latin Fury or a Pinoy Power, where it was a very, very small show that a network like HBO or Showtime didn't want to pay for, but Top Rank wanted to develop younger or lesser-known fighters. In essence, what they were doing was putting extra bleacher seats in the venue. So if a guy like myself wanted to see a younger fighter develop, I could pay the extra $25, $30. But every other show was basically HBO or Showtime. But there's a couple of things that have happened with the pay-per-view model. I don't think that fighters fight enough in their early days to actually build their brand. You know, I think when you have already guys like Shakur Stevenson, who doesn't have 20 fights, already going to be a twice-a-year fighter, I don't know how he's ever going to be bigger than he is. I think you need to build that brand awareness. Younger fighters need to be more active just in general. The other thing is, Coach, remember the thing called the black box?
Yeah, the
that
black box.
special cable box that your third uncle, the guy who cuts the hair, who cuts the grass, his cousin always had this black box that got every porno and pay-per-view for free.
Yep.
Well, I never actually saw one. Yeah, those things were like mystical to me. I was like, God, those I never knew a single person that had one, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Nowadays, the black box is called "Give Me the Link."
Stream.
I mean, literally every fight now, there's like 15 links, and I like to say there's more streams in the delta of the Mississippi River.
Yeah.
It is very easy to steal these pay-per-view events. So, Coach, when someone says, "Oh, I'm not going to watch that fight," remember, check out the wording. They never say that they're going to pay for it. They'll watch it. They just won't pay for it.
They just won't pay for it. They won't pay for it.
It's different, right?
Especially if it's a fight that they don't feel like it's pay-per-view worthy in the first place. Like, I bought all of the pay-per-views last year. I bought all of them.
Yeah.
And, you know, but...
And it gets expensive. Like, even this weekend card PBC is doing with the heavyweights, I'm not that opposed to it. I don't think they're going to do much business. But it is the type of card that maybe Showtime or Fox, they passed on. But PBC wants to develop some heavyweights because eventually Deontay Wilder's going to come back. Andy Ruiz is going to need an opponent. So I look at it like this. They need to continue to develop their heavyweight stable. They have to keep these guys active. And if a network doesn't want to pony up all of the money, look, they're going into business. Arum did that for years with these smaller shows featuring a lot of Latins, specifically Julio Cesar Chavez was on a lot of these Latin Furies. Pinoy Powers with Nonito Donaire way back when. So this is nothing really new. The question becomes, go back. There was a time when fights like Winky Wright and Jermaine Taylor was on regular HBO. George Foreman against Michael Moore, that was not pay-per-view, Coach. That was HBO. Most of Mike Tyson's fights on HBO before he left the network in 1990 were actually on regular HBO. That's when the budgets were much bigger. But also, I think a lot of fighters, I don't want to say that they're overpaid. They get hit for a living. This is what they do. It's a very tough vocation. But I think because of the bidding war that has gone on between Matchroom, Top Rank, PBC, and Golden Boy, a lot of these fighters are locked in or they sign these guaranteed contracts with guaranteed minimums that no matter who they fight, they get $2.5 million. Never mind that the fight may not be worth that. So what happens is you have to live up to these guarantees. So then it comes a point of, well, how the hell do we pay these guys? And sometimes you have to say, all right, we're going to cut our audience by at least 2/3, but we got to take it to pay-per-view. Because if we still do, let's say, $150,000, if you do the math, think about this. Let's say you do 200,000 buys at $80. So that's $40 really for the promotion. It's about a half and half flip. That's still about what? That's about $4 to $5 million, I think, for the promotion. Most license fees nowadays are not $4 to $5 million. So think about that. Even these lower end pay-per-views, they still generate more money than a network is willing to dole out.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, listen, man, Steve, thank you so much, my brother, for calling in and letting me know that.
Absolutely. And I just want to wish you, I want to wish you guys and all your listeners and all your staff a happy New Year. I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas. I'm listening every day, and I'll get back to the show, man. Keep doing what you do, Coach.
All right, thank you so much, Steve. Man, let's give him a round of applause, man. Steve Kim called in the building today, man. Makes a valid point. I got you, Carl. I got you right here, fam. Shout out to Carl Hansen. Sorry about that, fam. Got to do this OJ Jew man style. I give you the applause. Shout out to Carl Hansen. For dropping that $7.99. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, Coach, I tried WhatsApp. Normally, he say normal. I can't get through. I love the chat. I don't know why. I don't know why you can't get through, man, with WhatsApp. You know, because I have a lot of people I speak to in the UK,
Well, not a lot of people, but I have a few people I speak to in the UK with WhatsApp. So I don't know. You know what I mean? But again, guys, like the pay-per-view model, things are changing. Things are changing now. You know, when you have someone like a Jake Paul, and this guy has a social media following, you know, I don't never report nothing on this guy because I'm like, I like, that ain't real boxing to me, even though I know he's a professional boxer and stuff. But this is a YouTube return boxer, and these are handpicked, selected. We automatically know what the outcome going to be type fights. And, you know, I think the people will go for that for so long. But I'm not going to lie. I am surprised that they only did 65,000. I'm going to tell you why I am surprised. Because I figured that because of his social media following alone, his fan base will buy that. But they didn't, for whatever the reason may be. But yeah, man, so I just think that, but I'm going to tell you why I'm happy about that. I'm happy about the Tank Davis doing 52,000. I'm happy about the Jake Paul doing 65,000. That's the reports they're putting out there. I'm going to tell you why I'm happy about that. Because the fans are sending a message. The fans are sending a message, basically letting everyone know that, hey, we ain't, we're not, hold on, guys. The fans are sending a message letting everyone know that, hey, man, if the shit ain't worth pay-per-view worthy, we're not going to buy it. Now, people are already streaming fights anyways. We do know that. The streaming services are stepped up. So I think it's going to force the pay-per-view. They're going to have to change their business model. I mean, because at this point, there's no need of even putting on a pay-per-view fight if the people are going to stream it anyways. If they're going to illegally stream it, then you're not going to make any goddamn money. So guess what? The fighters are going to have to get paid less money. Say, listen here, baby boy, yesterday's price is not today's price. What we was paying you before, we don't have the money to pay you that kind of those overinflated prices or whatever it may be. Maybe it's overinflated, maybe it's not overinflated. But we don't have the money to pay you those type of fights because the people are not buying pay-per-view because they are illegally streaming them anyways. And if they are illegally streaming them anyways, then we're losing a whole lot of money. You're going to get all this money up front, or if you're going to get a percentage of the pay-per-view, we're going to lose so much millions of dollars or just millions of views just to illegal streaming alone. So these guys are going to have to renegotiate their contracts. And I don't think the fighters are going to be willing to do that. Wait a minute, man, I made $6 million or I made $5 million last fight. What you mean I got to get paid to take a little bit less because of illegal streaming? It's because of illegal streaming. And if this is not an event, we haven't built up the hype for it. It's not like it was back in the day, guys. Things have changed. Things have changed. It's not like it was back in the day. I'm just being honest with you. It's not like it was back in the day, man. It's not like it was back in the day. When you build up an event and all of that stuff there, man, it's not like it was back in the day. So things have changed, bro. Things have changed. True. It's gonna make the people, these guys are gonna have to make adjustments. These guys are going to have to make adjustments, man. They're going to have to make adjustments, man, and that's what it is, man. The people ain't going for it no more. And I think, and I'm going to tell you what it is, too, what I believe. I believe it's because, people are going to stream anyways, but you're going to have to explain to me how UFC fights are still able to do like 1 million pay-per-view buys. UFC is still able to do 1 million pay-per-view buys in this streaming era. In this streaming era, UFC is still able to do those type of numbers. Now, I don't know which fights, which UFC events are the biggest, which do a whole lot, Now, of course, the UFC fighters do not make the kind of money that the professional boxers. Well, when I say professional boxers, let me clarify. I mean the top professional boxers. Because remember, we know most boxers, they don't make they make it like $40,000, $50,000 a year. Most professional boxers, they're not really making that kind of money. Now, you have the top echelon fighters. You have the Canelo, he's on another planet. You have Joshua, he had a country pay him $85 million with Saudi Arabia. So he's getting a boatload of money. You have those guys, and then you have the Wilders, the Furies, and then up under them you have the Crawford and the Spences, and then you have the guys up under them. Outside of those guys and the Tank Davises, outside of those guys, no fighters ain't making no money like that. So I'm just being real with you. So I don't know, man. The top guys are going to have to, I don't know, man. I don't know. It ain't my job to figure out what they got to do as related to that, but the people ain't buying the shit. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Drew calling from LA, coach.
Drew calling from LA. What the link read, Drew? What's happening, brother?
Oh, real quick, Coach. The reason UFC pay-per-view is able to do so well is Dana White said he spends more money on piracy and counter-piracy efforts to trace all the streams, shut them down, and he actually goes after people and sues them. You could Google all that information. He's caught a few people, and he goes after the people. He spends millions of dollars, he says, every year for anti-piracy technology and making sure that his pay-per-views aren't stolen. That's my time.
Wow, I didn't even know that. You just educated me on that, man. Hey, shout out to hold on, sorry about that, guys. Let me go ahead and gotta put my shout out to Drew from LA, man, calling in, man. I didn't even know that. He said, Coach, they was talking about Florida hasn't paid Logan Paul for his fight 6 months ago. Yeah, I heard about that too. I heard about that too, man. Listen, bro. I don't know how true it is. Antonio Rivera, what's going on, fam? He say shout out. He say shout out from Puerto Rico, Coach. Yeah, salute to you, my brother. You know what I mean? Salute to you, man. Es un placer conocerlo. You know what I mean? Let's see, man. Let's see. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button, man. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Well, listen, and this is another thing over here. This is why I say I'm not really upset with George Kambosos. I'm gonna pivot back to that. I'm not upset with him because this is why people are saying, the title of the show. This is where I got the title of the show from. This is why they're trying to say that, hey, is Kambosos being a diva because he's telling Devin Haney. Hold on, guys. We got another call calling in. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Coach, this is Hawk from Maryland, Coach.
Hawk, what the lick read?
Thank you much. Great to hear from you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. The caller called in right before me. I said the same thing I was about to tell you, but he just told you. But yeah, Dana White, he tracked all of his. You can't steal Dana White's. You can't steal the UFC event. They track you right while you're doing it, and they get your information right while you're doing it, and they go right after you. He sued quite a few people. So yeah, there's no stealing in the UFC.
I didn't even know that.
He tracks.
You think boxing need to do that?
And shut you down right while you're doing it, huh?
Boxing probably need to do that then.
Yeah, but I think because he got the control of that one company. Boxing, it might be on ESPN or it might be on Showtime, so it's different. He's just the UFC. He's on ESPN, and he got control of it. He tracks people while they're doing it, and he shuts them down, and then he sues them.
Yeah, this brother. Okay. Hey, Hawk, thank you so much for calling and let me know that, bro.
All right, brother.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Hawk, man. Shout out to Hawk calling from Baltimore, Maryland. Calling from Baltimore, Maryland, man. He said, the brother here says, you can stream UFC event. Yeah, you know what? I heard you can, but I think he's saying that Dana White has a way where he can track people down. Because what I don't understand, you say Dub C Mo. What I don't understand is how is in this streaming era, how is pay-per-view, how is UFC still able to do 1.1 million pay-per-view buys in this era when boxing can't do it? But of course, these UFC events, these UFC matches are events. And see, these UFC matches are events. They're big. People get excited about it in the UFC. You see what I'm saying? These are events that people get excited about. In boxing, like the Ortiz and Martin fight, that's a good undercard, but it's not pay-per-view. Let's be honest, guys. That's not pay-per-view. It's not. It's just not. Keith Thurman ain't no damn pay-per-view either. Keith Thurman is from my city. I'm not going to cap for him because he's my city. You see what I'm saying? I got to call it like it is. I don't cap for people because of where they from. I don't set trip about where you from. You know what I mean? But that's not a pay-per-view fight. And when you oversaturate the market with bullshit, I think the fans will let you know what, man, we tired of y'all, man. We right now, it's a boycott. We protesting all of this shit. If you're not going to give us what we want, we're not going to give you what you want, our money. That's it. And that's what it is. That's what it is. You know what I mean? But I hear people, but I do hear people are able to stream UFC. I mean, I don't think he can shut everybody down. But they're still doing numbers, though. They're still doing the numbers. They're still doing the numbers, though. And that's what gets me. They probably do more numbers if it wasn't for the streaming. They'll probably do more numbers. But what I'm looking at here when Devin Haney, they're trying to make that fight, and I think, again, a lot of the Devin Haney supporters, they feel like that George Kambosos is being a diva right now, and he's acting like Teofimo Lopez, and the guy only had the belt for a month, right? But Devin Haney's like, yeah, we all know you want a bidding war, But you know who's really putting up the money. You said I would be next, so keep that same energy. This is what Devin Haney is saying. And that was his reply to George Kambosos. George Kambosos is basically saying that, hey, you and your team know exactly how to make it happen. Maybe, caller, hold on for a minute, caller. He said maybe send some of your jewelry to help, to help with that. So he's taking a dig at Devin Haney spending $1 million on jewelry. You know what I mean? He's a young kid. That's what young kids do. Young urban kids, anyways. But caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Dwayne from Atlanta. What's going on, Coach?
Dwayne, you said you calling from Manhattan?
Atlanta.
Oh, Atlanta. Okay, Dwayne calling from Atlanta. It's kind of hard to hear you. From the ATL, what's going on, fam?
Oh, chilling, man. I was just calling to confirm everything that's been said about Kid Austin. Man, he legit. I used to train with his dad. First thing his dad would have us do is he would print out a whole bunch of papers about the 5 styles of boxing, and he would just make us study that and decide which style that we wanted, and then we have to go through all of them. But Kid Austin legit. His dad legit. So, yeah, I got a channel coming out, Gloves in Recovery. I'll definitely be talking about them too.
What is it called?
Gloves in Recovery.
Okay.
I'm be coming out with that soon, and definitely gonna try to get some interviews with him too. But Kid Austin, the truth, I'm glad he's starting to get the notice that he deserves. But that's all I was calling for.
Yes, sir, man. I like Kid Austin, man. I really appreciate that, man. I like Kid Austin. I like his dad. You know, guys, you know, we're gonna get the interviews. 2022, we're gonna get the interviews. We don't believe in capping for anybody. We don't do that. But we're gonna be fair with everybody. We're gonna be fair with everybody. And that's what it's all about. It's about getting the news, being fair, promoting these fighters so that we can help grow the sport of boxing. Because I love the sport of boxing more than I love an individual fighter. This is what it's all about. It's not about fanboying. It's not about being bought out, being, pushing propaganda, against one fighter, for one fighter, because they give you interviews. It's not about that. It's about treating everybody fairly. It's about being right down the middle, treating everybody fairly, and it's about being honest in the interview. Hey, man, I don't agree with you on this here, man. And I totally don't disagree. I don't agree on that. But hey, man, if that's how you feel, so be it. But we're not going to cap. We're not going to do any of that. But we want this to be a home for fighters that they can come to here, man, and just talk to the people, and without all the diddy bopping. Without the diddy bopping, man. You know what I mean? Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, my name is Gus from Lancaster, California. How you doing, Coach?
Lancaster, California. What's your name is again, brother?
Gus.
Gus. Okay, Gus from Lancaster. What's going on, fam?
Man, I'm with you with this pay-per-view stuff, man. I mean, certain fights, I feel like they shouldn't even be pay-per-view. I remember hearing Eddie Hearn talking about like pay-per-view shouldn't be every, fight that look like a free fight night kind of, like there's some fights I felt like aren't pay-per-view. I don't think Teofimo and Kambosos was, but I mean it's for the belt, so you could throw that there. But maybe Pitbull Cruz and that tank fight wasn't a pay-per-view, but it's been like every week because we have 4 different major things, and ESPN throwing one week, and then the other week you got Showtime, and everything is it's too much. I feel like, I'm drained out from most of these pay-per-views that
I'm looking right now. I have a list of. We had a lot of fights last year, bro. We had quite a few fights on pay-per-view last year.
We had a lot,
and I think, bro, I think anybody came after Canelo because Canelo took all the money. And I think everybody came out to Canelo. That was it. But hey, listen, we got another call calling in, man. Thank you so much, my brother Gus from Lancaster, California. Thank you so much, fam. Thank you for calling in.
Call.
We got another call calling in, guys. Hold on, guys. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, Coach, it's Kyle Hanson.
Carl Henson, what's going on, fam? What the link? We calling from down under, huh? What's going on, fam?
Hey, y'all, man. I just wanted to give you some props, mate. I love how you keep it real. And you know what, my boy Kambosos, I'm going to do the same with him. If he's ducking and diving, guess what? He's time for chopping.
You sound kind of muffled a little bit. I don't know if it's the phone, but.
sorry. They ain't gonna be a great signal.
Okay.
Nah, I just want to say, if my boy Kambosos, if he starts ducking and diving, then guess what? For the chop too.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Kambosos, you know, I don't think the man only had the belt for 30 days. So I just think that, you know, I can't be jumping out the window, right? The call got disconnected, guys. Carl, yeah, you call him, he's calling from Australia, guys. So let's give him a round of applause. Shout out to Wayne Love Peacock, man. Shout out to Wayne Love Peacock, man. Hold on, guys. For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Wayne Love Peacock, I appreciate that. Boxing for Life says, how do you promote a sport that wants no competition? You hit the nail right on the head. The only way you can grow the sport, you have to have competition. You have to have competition, bro. You have to you have to have competition. And competition brings by what? Excitement. Oh, shout out to Deborah Booker. She's in the building as well. The competition brings excitement. When people know, like, let's be honest, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. When Canelo Alverez has a fight, we automatically know he's going to win the fight before he steps in the ring. I want to see Canelo have a 50-50 fight. I'm just saying for me. I don't believe in protecting no fighters. Win, lose, or draw. I don't care who it is. Win, lose, or draw. I don't care. Shit, you know. That's what it's all about. You know what I mean? Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Block Boys Entertainment CEO.
Hey, what's going on? Ron, boy, what's going on, fam?
What's good with you, Chad? What's good with you?
Hey, what
man, let me ask you a question. Why y'all think Kambosos was going to fight Haney? I don't understand this. Where was that cemented at? And why is everybody running with that? And why is everybody upset with Loma?
I got the answer for that. Basically, you have some channels out there that was pushing pro Devin Haney talking points because Devin Haney's dad, Bill Haney, come on these shows, right? So it's very simple. Like we know I
was on that channel and I was pulling their cards and then nobody can answer that because I don't mean to cut you off, but it's like this. I was like, wait a minute, y'all crying that everybody want to see Haney versus Kambosos, but everybody want to see Bud versus Spence, but y'all don't want to answer. Y'all don't want the same energy for that fight, though.
Yeah, so basically, this is what's going on. So that narrative is being pushed from those guys because we want to see Devin. We want to see Devin fight George Kambosos, and I don't have a problem with that. That would clear up. That would clear up undisputed as it relates to that what would count in the books, in the real record books. That'll clear that up. But that's where that's coming from.
But let's get to the reality, and I'm a Haney fan, but let's get to the real part of it. Is Haney versus Kambosos a bigger fight than Loma versus Kambosos? It's not. When you talking worldwide, it's not. Let's just keep it 100.
Yeah.
It's just not. And then it makes, so, and you already know the WBO is going to order that fight anyway. So I don't even know why everybody's shocked that Loma is going to get that fight. And the whole thing is like everybody's upset with Loma. Motherfuckers actually sat there and said on their channel, why Loma always fighting champions? Why he always fighting for belts? And this is the shit that's crazy. And I know you had your little thing with Loma. You think he's sort of overrated. I don't think Loma overrated. I think Loma is good as advertised. I think he ran into something that wasn't amateurish when he fought Salido, and people realized he gave Gary a basic. He beat the shit out of Gary for real. And I mean, Loma's good, and I said what it's always going to be. And Shakur will retire Loma, and Loma had a nice run, and Loma will get them belts. He gonna get them belts.
Yeah, Ron Boy Fresh, man. I'm gonna have to let you go, man. Thank you so much, my brother.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to drop that off real quick.
Yes, sir. Salute to my brother Ron Boy Fresh, man, calling in. Hey, Ron Boy, I don't think Lomachenko is overrated. I'm saying someone can, I think Jawan, he was here, and he said that in his opinion, Lomachenko is overrated. And I said, you know what? I didn't agree with that, but then I said, let me look and see. If it was another fighter that was not Lomachenko, and he had 2 losses with 16 fights,
Will we be saying that this guy is pound for pound? He's this, he's that? No. You know what I mean? So I just feel like when I sit back and think about it, I say, you know what? I think that Jawan does have to make a valid point because, you know, he gets the benefit of the doubt with Teddy Atlas and Max Kellerman and ESPN. And so I see that angle. And if you feel that way, I can understand why a person would feel that way. 16 wins with 2 losses. So I can get that. I just didn't agree with Teddy Atlas talking about Lomachenko was pound for pound better than Crawford and Andre Ward when both of them was 64-0 combined. Carla, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Charlie, it's Carl. Here's the calling again.
Carl, what's going on, fam? Can you hear me?
I lost you before. What I was going to say was, just worried that Kambosos is going to do a Lopez and hang on to these belts for 12 months and not fight anyone.
Mm-hmm.
It gets knocked out. That's what I'm worried about. I hope he's got the smoke for all of them. I really do.
Okay.
But, yeah, he's only had the belt.
You go.
I don't think Haney's the big money fight. I think Lomo's the big money fight. Exactly what Love Caller just said.
Yeah.
Totally agree with him.
Yeah, I think. Listen, man, I think the man need to do.
Man, I love this channel. I love how you keep it real. I love how you.
Yeah. Oh, listen, man. Listen. We gotta get rid of. Go ahead. Sorry about
that. When you said.
No, okay. Listen, man. Shout out to Carl, because you're going in and out. We can barely hear you, man. But salute the Carl, man. Salute the Carl Hanson for calling in. I really appreciate you calling in, my brother. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, sir. The brother right here say who's a 50-50 fight? I'm gonna be honest with you. Canelo Alverez is better than everyone at 165, well, 168. So we automatically knew he was gonna win that fight. Middleweight, I don't see nobody in the middleweight division that could beat him, but you know, everybody's screaming, you know, Canelo needs to fight Boo Boo Andrade and fight Jamal Charlo. Everyone is screaming that. He's not going down to middleweight. So if people feel like, I'm just saying, like, the people who may feel like, hey, if Canelo fight those guys, those are 50-50 fights, so be it. But we know if he beat those guys, then it's going to be, the goalpost is going to move again. And I get that. I understand. They did it with Floyd Mayweather. They did it with Floyd Mayweather. They did it with Andre Ward. They did it with several fighters. They did it with Floyd Mayweather and Andre Ward are the two that jump out to me right now. There are several fighters they did this to. I don't know how the hell my mind is going blank. My mind went blank, bro. But shit, I mean, Canelo will probably have to fight. Maybe he'd move up to heavyweight to fight Tyson Fury. Maybe that'd be a 50-50 fight then. Or maybe if he fight any of the guys in the light heavyweight division, fight Beterbiev, you know, or fight Bivol, you know, whoever. You know what I mean? So, you know, when you're better than everyone in a division, then your critics will say, hey, we want you to move up to fight this guy or let this guy move up. You know what I mean? The debate that I have with the Jamal Charlo situation is Jamal Charlo is a lightweight, is a middleweight, right? Jamal Charlo is a middleweight. So anytime, and hold on, let me see.
I mean, if Bitty Benez can make 160, we can do it. If we can kind of catch weight in between 160 and 168. Benavidez is a 168 pounder that hasn't made the weight. He has no title. He has nothing to offer me. So that's why people keep mentioning Canelo and Golovkin, the higher stakes. I will fight Benavidez. All right, he's no problem to me. They talk a lot, strong. I'm here, I'm that. But it's different when you get in there. You have to figure something out. Man, don't listen to it. Hey, fans, y'all keep it locked. We got bigger things in store.
I got another sound bite that he talked about Canelo Alvarez as well. Just bear with me one moment. Carla, hold on for 1 second. Shout out to Texas. Shout out to Texas Elite. Hey, okay. For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said Tank versus Haney, okay, and Kambosos versus Loma. Winners fight each other for undisputed. Man, and in a perfect world, Texas Elite, man, but that ain't happening, man. Tank ain't fighting nobody that's not a PBC fighter. Florida already laid that out, so we can't never include Tank in anything dealing with other lightweights outside of PBC fighters. Carla, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Oh, this is Derek.
Derek, what's going on, fam? What the late read?
Yeah, I got a question, man. People talking about Canelo ducking.
Derek, we got a bad connection, man. I can't even hear you. You're going in and out. Derek, your connection bad.
You
I
need to
can't.
start worrying about Canelo.
Go ahead. Say it again.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
You need to start worrying about Canelo. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
You can't hear me, Coach?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? All right, Derek.
Don't you need to fight each other?
Yeah, for sure. Hey, we got a bad connection, man. Now try to call back. We got a bad connection. We got a bad connection,
right,
bro. Yes, sir. Cause I can't hear you going in and out. Yeah. So now what it is you get in a situation when it's the Canelo. All right, he ain't fighting nobody. He's not fighting this guy, that guy. So now he got to move up to heavyweight, fight Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua. Then if he, fight all the dudes at cruiserweight, and then we have a situation where this one guy, because he's so good, he's in a situation, or maybe he's not that good, either or. But everybody who's a detractor of him says they have a list of fighters who he needs to fight, while ignoring that their fighter not holding their fighter to that exact same standard. You see what I'm saying? And that's the only problem that I have. My thing is, okay, we gonna require one for one guy, let's require for the other guy. And that's all I'm saying. Especially if this other guy is saying that, especially if you're saying that this guy is as good as you say he is. You know me, once you go to talking about your fighters is this and that, if he's fighting, if you want this one fighter to fight King Kong, your fighter better be fighting Godzilla. It's as simple as that with me. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Roach from Houston.
What you say, Rick from Houston? What's your name, brother? It's a bad connection.
Yeah,
man.
let me try to call back. Yeah, I'm trying.
Oh, okay. Yes, sir. Shout out to the brother who called in from Houston, man. We're just having a bad connection. But you get what I'm saying though. You get what I'm saying though. Like if you want my fighter, forget my fighter. If you want a fighter to fight King Kong, your fighter better be fighting Godzilla. If you want this fighter to fight Megatron Optimus Prime, your fighter better be fighting goddamn Voltron and the Dinobots. You gotta we gotta keep the standard consistent for everybody. That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying. So it is what it is, man. And I've seen it. They did it with Roy Jones. That's why I forgot. Roy Jones Jr. Roy Jones is so goddamn good that all of his detractors from HBO, Jim Lampley and all of them, Harold Letterman. Yeah, they didn't, oh man, Larry Merchant. Yeah, man, you dominated the middleweight division. Yeah, okay, but what about super middleweight? He moved there. Yeah, but they criticized him for there. What about light heavyweight? He moved there. Yeah, but what about heavyweight? So he had to skip cruiserweight, go all the way to heavyweight. Now, of course, he picked the right guy to fight. He picked John Ruiz, but still he moved up to heavyweight. This guy started out as a middleweight. So he went from middleweight to heavyweight. He did that, and they were still mad at that. You see what I'm saying? So the one fighter was required to do all of this crazy shit, while the other fighters just had shang-a-lang and they do nothing. That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Troy Graham from Baltimore.
Troy, what the lick read, Troy?
Man, you had an incredible show today, boy. Started out with somebody ranting about some Andre Ranch being Malcolm X.
What do you mean, Malcolm X? What are you talking about?
Pro-black.
Oh, okay.
He said he got everything that he got to the Hall of Fame and everything because he's pro-black, right?
Yeah, well, he didn't say Andre Ward was pro-black, but he was talking about the politics of it. But he didn't give any examples. That was his opinion. So, I didn't.
Yeah, because he didn't have any. They were just those fans are those fans.
Right.
Then you get into. I think your last caller was like these pay-per-views have been coming for a while.
Mm.
No, they haven't, because Don King really never gave you any shitty pay-per-views. He gave you pay-per-views, but even when Tyson was locked up and everybody thought he lost his cash cow, woe is me. Mm-hmm. What did he do? He would put 3 champions on one pay-per-view, or he would have Chavez as the headliner, right?
Yeah.
And then to back that up, he'll have some other names that we know, like a Simon Brown on there or somebody fighting, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, just my final thing. The reason why things are the way they are now is simply because of money, and nobody is creative enough to know how to actually market a fight. Do you see any creative minds out there?
No, they're not. They're not. Yeah, they're not. They're not. They're not. The promoters don't promote no more. Those days are over. Those days.
Thank you very much. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, Coach.
Those days are over.
You bless up, and you have a good day, and keep on doing what you're doing, man. It's getting better, and you're just gonna keep growing. But a lot of fans watch boxing, but they know nothing about the sport. I'm not shocked by that. I don't know. I'm just not. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, man. Shout out to my brother Troy, man. Shout out to Troy for calling in, man. Shout out to Troy Graham for calling in, man. But, you know, and see, that's the thing, though, right? That's the thing, though, right, guys? And my opinion only. To me, what's hurting the sport of boxing is promoters, and this is what these young fighters have to understand now. Promoters don't promote anymore. I just saw a TV commercial of Ortiz and Martin fighting on the first, right? This week. Now, you guys say, well, Coach, I thought you said you don't watch TV. No, I was watching the movie. I got a smart TV. I was watching the movie, and I did see, and I devour a lot of content on my phone. So I did see some commercials out there and stuff like that. But the thing is these promoters don't promote anymore. They don't promote anymore, guys. So right now, they just sit back. They just have fighters. They have them on. The fighters fight on the card. The quiet fighters who, closed mouth don't get fed. So if you're a fighter, you're not saying much of anything, and you're just on the promoter platform and, fight on free TV, get paid what you're going to get paid. And then if you want to become this big star, the promoters are not going to make you a star. It doesn't work that way. The fighter is going to have to utilize social media somehow. Listen, I would advise any fighter. I'm going to tell you this. Get you a marketing team. Get you a marketing team. Be very vocal. Like somebody like an Adrian Broner. Oh, my God, bro. Bro, y'all don't understand, bro. Adrian Broner was on to something. Whether you like him or not, he was on to something. Let me show you something. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling
Hello?
from?
This is Derek from Florida again, Coach. You can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you good. Derek from Miami.
Yeah,
what's going on, my brother?
Yeah, I'm saying, like, how people get on about he find nobody, so they need to fight Canelo too much. You don't think so?
I can't. You had went out. You had faded out. So repeat that.
I said they won.
Still have a connection. Hey, Derek, we still have a connection issues, man. You went out on me again. You went out on me again. Shout out to Derek, man. Shout out to Derek for calling in. Bro, listen. All jokes aside, we know ABB clowning a lot and all of that stuff there. But bro, if I can talk to Adrian Broner for like 10 minutes, bro, this what you're going to need right here. All that sitting around waiting on Al Heyman to get you fights, call Al, all of that stuff there, you done lost 4 fights. Your career is not over because you lost 4 fights. Bro, you are comedy. You funny as hell. You garner attention. Now, if you had the boxing skills to match that and know how to market yourself, man, bro, y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
This Roach from Houston again. Hopefully it's working now.
You say Roach from Houston? Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, hold on. Go ahead, brother. I can. Oh, man. Hold on, guys. I don't know. I forgot the brother. I know he's from Houston, but I forgot the brother's name in it. Brother, call back. We gonna rock we gonna rock some more. Call back. But you get what I'm saying though, bro. Listen. Adrian Broner. Oh my God. Bro, I'm just saying. Now, I like George Kambosos. George Kambosos talk that shit. I like George Kambosos. I like his energy in the ring when he was fighting Teofimo Lopez. I like his shit, bro. And at the face-off, he did not look like he was afraid of Teofimo Lopez. So we're going to see what George Kambosos do. You see what I'm saying? The guys who are the pro Devin Haney YouTube channels, because Devin Haney's father goes on these different channels, and he says what he says and stuff like that, and these guys are going to ride for him, and maybe he's paying them or not. I don't know. I have no inside information on whether he's paying them or not. I don't give a damn, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? I like Devin Haney. He's a good young fighter. I wish the brother much success. But I think this narrative is coming from them about George Kambosos, and I get it. You know what I mean? You want Devin Haney to be the one to fight for the belt, and I think it's all stemming from Bill Haney. To be honest with you, I think this is stemming from Bill Haney. Myself, I have no proof of that, but this is what I believe based on I study how this guy moves on the internet, and there's a pattern, and I believe where there's a pattern, there's a trend, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. That's his job to create some kind of buzz for his son. It'll be an opportunity of a lifetime. And if you look at what Bill is doing, it'll be an opportunity of a lifetime if his son can fight for undisputed. If he can become undisputed, then Devin Haney will beat Thanos. He will beat Thanos. He have all of the Infinity rings. And he said that if he wins those belts, he's going to keep his WBC belt and he's going to drop the French fries belt. Which if he dropped the French fries belt, that'd be excellent. Devin Haney would be the one to clear up all confusion as it relates to that. We're going to drop this French fries belt. Mauricio Sulaiman, you can get it to somebody else. You can get it to somebody else. You know what I mean? Find somebody else you want to get a French fries belt to, Bill. Not Bill, Mauricio. Find somebody else you want to get a French fries belt to. We don't want it. When Devin Haney said that, that right there made me say I want to see Devin Haney fight the Killa Kam, George Kambosos next. When Devin Haney said that, that made me want to say that's the fight I want to see, because he's gonna throw that shit away. There's no need in having two WBC belts, a French fries belt, and the real WBC lightweight championship title, super belt. There's no need in that. Get rid of the French fries belt, send that shit back to McDonald's, and then you keep the real belt and you become undisputed, and then Devin Haney could be in the history books. So, bro, you guys know how I feel about the French fries belt. But I get it. It's a money maker for Mauricio Sulaiman. I get it. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, what's up, Coach, man? It's Cassidy from London, man. Peckham, man.
Cassidy, what's going on, fam? What you want to talk about?
Good as well. Good evening over there, man.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Look at that fact.
Man,
wow. Well, yeah. Frank Martin, 140, man. He's a monster.
What happened?
No. I said, what do you think of that Frank Martin at 140? That's one thing I wanted to ask you. I just got another thing, and that's it. I'll leave it to Frank, Coach, man.
Think about Frank Martin at 140.
Yeah, what do you think of that Frank Martin at 140?
Yeah, I don't even think much of it, to be honest with you. You say Frank Martin at 140. When is he fighting? Let me see.
Yeah, he's fighting Derek James, isn't it? He's fighting Derek James. He's a monster, isn't it? So I just wanted to get him. He's a monster. He's next up and coming in. I wanted to just hear your views and opinions on him, in it. But that's the first thing, innit? The second thing is all these fighters, they don't know how, like you said, innit? They don't know how to promote themselves. Why is that? Like, they're so dead. They're dead. They have no emphasis, no nothing. Like, they're just dead. They don't have no charisma, no vibe, no nothing. Nothing at all. The only guy I can say has anything to their game is like you said, Tyson Furies of the world. You get me? Like you said, Adrian Broner was onto something magnificent, but then his fighting couldn't do the backing up. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to know why Errol Spence, Terence Crawford, all of these guys are dead. They don't have nothing in their tank. Nothing. They ain't talking, open up their mouth. Nothing. Like, you know, like someone like Shannon Briggs, like he was onto something as well with that champ. You know what I'm saying? Like things like that. Yeah, man, I just wanted to chime in on that. Those are the only two things I wanted to say, Coach, man. I'll leave you to it.
Yeah, shout out to Cassidy, man, for calling in from London, man. Shout out to Cassidy for calling in from London. Yeah, these fighters don't know how to sell themselves. See, I think these fighters are caught up in the dinosaur days. They don't understand that things have changed. They're caught up on, hey, man, I'm going to get with the promoter. He's going to make me a star. Those days are over. Any fighter that may be listening to this podcast, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Shout out to everyone who's listening to this podcast on Amazon Music as well as Spotify. Those days are over.
The days when you signed with Don King and he blow you up, well, everybody who signed with Don King wasn't a big star. Let's be real. And everybody who signed with Top Rank isn't a star. Let's be real. But those days of signing with promoters, they blow, those days are over. And what get me is these fighters are younger than me. And it seemed like I'm more tech savvy at 47 years old. I'll be 48 next month. It seemed like these fighters, I'm more tech savvy than these fighters. And these young fighters, they don't understand, like, you have the power in your hands. Now, Ryan Garcia understand that, but he's an Instagram model. He's an Instagram model. Ryan Garcia is an Instagram model. You got to be creative. Right now, these fighters have to know how to promote themselves. If you have to go to speech classes, go to speech classes to learn how to speak in front of an audience. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you're you got to know how to speak to an audience. You have to know how to have, you know what, man, let me go ahead and learn how to articulate words very well. Let me get speech therapy training and stuff like that. So when I get in front of an audience or get in front of a camera, I know how to work that camera. I know how to work it. I know how to draw the attention that I need. I need to get me a social media team. I need to get me some people who know how to bring eyeballs to what I'm doing. And I have to have something excited about me that's going to make them want to watch me. I got to learn how to get the gift of gab, stuff like that. It's certain things that you're going to need in order to know how to sell yourself. Yeah, it's cool. You good. You got a nice left hook. You knocking dudes out. Perfect example. Bruce Ennis is very talented. The boy ain't got no fans. When I say Bruce Ennis don't have any fans, I don't mean it like I'm being sarcastic. Of course he has some fans, but he got some fans. But like Bruce Ennis has almost 30 fights, and literally the average boxing fan don't know who he is. And I told you, YouTube is not representative of what true boxing fans, because most of the boxing fans are not on YouTube like that. The boxing community is very small on YouTube. He's a nice kid, good kid, very talented, quiet. He don't say shit. Closed mouth don't get fed. Closed mouth don't get fed. Very talented, don't not good in front of the camera. Very quiet, reserved. Terrence Crawford, same thing. I mean, my guy Terrence Crawford, the most exciting shit Terrence Crawford did was when he was in the ocean saying he was looking for Errol Spence. That's the most exciting thing he did in front of a camera. Errol Spence, same shit. Oh, man, you know, man, I'm down to test, man. I'm what I'm doing, man. I'm finna go on over here, man, get on my ranch, and I'm gonna play with my cows and my chickens, you know, and you know, that's what I'm gonna do, man. And that's it. That's it. Like, you know, and then I got somebody like Adrian Broner who's very animated. I got somebody like Keith Thurman when they was on top of that game was very animated. You know what I mean? Tyson Fury, he talk shit. You know, he lie a lot, but he talk shit though. You know what? Get back to also yada yada. You know, he know how to garner some kind of interest. A lot of these fighters, they don't have it, bro. They don't have it, bro. They don't have it, and that's the only thing. I'm talking about the young fighters as well as the other fighters. Sean Porter. You know, the Charlos. Hold on, what my main man? Hold on, what my main man? What my main? What Jamal at? What Jamal Charlo?
I'm sorry.
160 is my weight division. I want to unify. I want to get Golovkin in the ring. I want to bring him to Houston. You know what I'm saying? I want to get Canelo out here to Houston. If they really to come down to 160, this is my weight division.
So I don't want to hear that. So you dudes who saying Canelo ducking Jamal Charlo, Jamal is saying that he want Canelo to come down to 160 to fight him. For what? If Jamal was serious about fighting Canelo, you know what, man, baby boy, let me move up to 160, 168. Let me move up to 168. But then too, you got other champions in your division, you won't even fight them. So that's all I'm saying, bro. I get it, man. I get it. I understand, bro. I understand. As a matter of fact, man, he say Tony Harrison and Jamel press conference was lit. Yeah, Joe, bro, that was lit because of Tony Harrison. Tony Harrison, oh my God. Tony Harrison, man, shut up. Like Tony Harrison wasn't trying to hear none of that shit, bro. Tony Harrison wasn't trying to hear none of that shit. Tony Harrison wasn't trying to hear none of that shit, bro. Like, bro, that shit was fire, bro. Like, we need, like, that's all I'm saying, bro. Like, these young fighters, Tony Harrison can talk, though. We got one more call, and that's it. That's all we taking one more call. For some reason, these guys been having bad, can't hear nothing. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
It's Roach from Houston. Is it working?
Yeah, you say, what's your name, Rich?
Roach.
Roach,
like
okay.
the bug.
Yeah, Roach, okay, Roach. Roach from Houston. What the link read, Roach?
Man, so I just wanted to let you know, I just discovered your show maybe about a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, shout out to you, man. You bring some excellent content, whatever. You know, I just wanted to let you know respect. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I used to be one of them guys who was thinking that Canelo was a duck. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking he was ducking Charlo and ducking Benavidez.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I started looking at it, like, you want him to come down to 60 to you when you're the B-side. And yeah, I'm from Houston, so you know Charlo is my boy.
Yeah.
But you are the B-side. And you want him to come down to you at 60 and he's ducking?
Bro, I love Jamel Charlo. Bro, I love Jamel Charlo, bro. Jamel, that's one of my favorite fighters.
Charlo is true.
Oh, Jamel.
True.
Jamel want all the smoke. He don't give a damn who it. Jamel Charlo will fight Godzilla. I believe that. Jamel Charlo will fight Godzilla. He don't give a damn. But Jamal moves different than Jamel. Jamel got 3 belts. He fight other champions. He's unified the division. He's fought Castaño to become undisputed. Jamel is the real deal. I ain't got nothing to say about Jamel. I ain't nothing. Listen, bro, I ain't got nothing but praises for Jamel Charlo. Jamal, I'm like, damn. And I think that's what makes me so frustrated. Because you know the dude talented, but he just moves so different from his brother. And I think that's what pissed people off.
100%.
You know
and
what I mean?
just wanted to add something about Benavidez.
Go ahead.
Just real quick. All right, people saying Canelo ducked Benavidez. Okay, maybe you can make a case for that if Benavidez didn't test positive for sniffing keys too much.
Yeah.
And then losing his belt at the scale.
Yeah.
That's 2 times.
Yeah, man.
That's 2 times. How can you say somebody is ducking when you lose the tool, your bartering tool, twice?
Yeah, man. Like, and listen. Hey, Roach, man, I gotta let you go, fam. I gotta let you go. We're gonna wrap the show up. But listen, man, Roach,
already,
man.
Much respect, man.
Yes, sir. Let's give our brother a round of applause from Houston, man. That's the thing that get me. Like, where is the accountability? Now, I'm not knocking David Benavidez. David Benavidez did take responsibility himself for him losing his belt twice. But when you sit back and say, yo, man, Canelo, he waited till Benavidez lost his belt before he decided to move to super middleweight. Listen, if David Benavidez never would have lost his belt, then we won't like Canelo conspired with the drug dealer. But listen, check this out. Oh yeah, drug dealer, check this out, Puto. What I need you to do, I need you to go over here to David Benavidez, give him some of that good scutter butter that NB be snorting, right? Give him some of that good scutter butter. Make sure he hit that. Let him hit it a couple of times. And then I'm gonna get in contact with the drug testing agency, and we're gonna get him tested so he can get stripped of the belt. And then that would allow me to move up to fight and collect the belt, okay? And then when Benavidez get the belt back, okay, I changed my mind. I'm scared. I'm ducking. Okay, wait a minute, Puto. This is what I need you to do. I need you to make sure that he comes in overweight. Let him eat a whole lot, come in overweight. Then when he comes in overweight, then he can lose his belt on the scales. I worked that out with Mauricio Suleiman. Then I will move up because I don't have to fight the other guys for the belts, become undisputed. And then, come on, make this shit make sense to me, dog. Like, just some of the shit that people be saying, it don't make no sense. Like, David Benavidez lost his belt due to his own well-being. He couldn't stop eating. He's struggling to make the weight, and he was snorting scuttlebutt. Let's call it what it is. Right? So I like David Benavidez, but don't tell me that Canelo ducking this dude. And I ain't capping for Canelo, but I'm just saying you gotta make this shit make sense to me. Cause I hear these LDBC channels saying this stuff. Yeah, you know, with Canelo, he waited until David Benavidez lost the belt. Then he was interested in moving up to super middleweight. Guess what? If David Benavidez never would have lost his belts, we wouldn't be having this conversation. He didn't lose his belt in the ring. Yeah, he lost it on the scale. And how else he lost it? He lost it snorting scuttlebutter. That's his fault.
So now what? Canelo conspired with he conspired with the drug dealer and he conspired with the scales. Come on, man. Anyway, maybe just me, man. Maybe just me, man. I don't know. Maybe just me, man. But what we gonna do? We gonna say a prayer. Let's say a prayer. Let's say a prayer, man. For let's say a prayer for these fanboys.
I want you and that young man to tie that knot. I'm gonna pray for you. And I want you to hold on to God's unchanging hand because he helped Joshua fight the battle of Jericho. Yes. He helped Daniel get out the lion's den. He helped Killa Kam get off the island. Lord.
Yeah, man. So what we gonna do, man? He helped Gilligan. The Lord helped Gilligan get off the island, man. You see what I'm saying? You know, the Lord helped Gilligan get off the island, man. I get it, man. You know, he helped Daniel fight the battle of Jericho. I get it. I get what you guys are doing. But come on, man. This shit, just make it make sense to me. Just make it make sense to the old boy. That's all I'm saying, man. Let's give everybody a round of applause, man. Let's give everybody a round of applause. So anyways, guys, I don't think that George Kambosos is acting like a diva. You know, let's give it some time. The man just won the belt 30 days ago. We don't know who he's going to fight. Let's just give it some time, dog. That's all I'm saying. Let's give it some time. He was talking shit. Listen, it ain't like he was being humble prior to fighting Teofimo Lopez. He was talking shit before he fought when he fought leading up to the fight, and he talked trash after the fight. So let's just give it some time, man. I get it. I understand Devin Haney ice out there, the fanboys and the YouTube, Devin Haney, the YouTube channels who probably being paid by Bill Haney allegedly for that, whatever favors y'all getting from him. I know y'all pushing this narrative, man, but it's only been 30 days. Get a man some time. The man just won the belts. He came over here into hostile territory in another man's country, won the belts. He was getting paid spam sandwiches and annihilators and M&Ms and $250. He wasn't really making no hell of a money. And now this is his opportunity to get the bag and get the man some time. Give it some time. The man just won the belt 30 days ago. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And he's going to make the best decision for himself. It's only been 30 days, dog. That's all I'm saying. 30 days. Not 30 days. 30 days. That's all I'm saying. But let's do this OJ the Jew Man style, man. You know how we do it, man. Please leave a comment at the bottom right now so I don't miss your name, because there's a million names here and I will miss it. I promise you I will miss it. But let me see, can I remember the sisters first? I always try to go to the sisters first. Shout out to the Queen Karma Serene. Shout out to the Queen Lisa Bells. Shout out to the Queen Bless 365. Shout out to the Queen Arlette as well. Shout out to the Queen Love Green Eyes P. Salute to Paul Evans and salute to Ava as well. Shout out to John Jones. Shout out to Intergalactic. As a matter of fact, let's get all the calls out the way, guys. I got it right here. Shout out to Roach calling in from Houston, Texas. Shout out to Cassidy calling from London. Shout out to Troy Graham calling from B-More. Shout out to Anthony for calling from Brooklyn. Shout out to Jerron calling from New York. Shout out to Gerald calling from Memphis, Tennessee. Shout out to James calling from Newark, New Jersey. Shout out to Drew calling in from LA. Shout out to my main man Steve Kim in the building. Shout out to Steve Kim, Mario Lopez, the 3 Knockdown Rule podcast. Y'all please check that out, man. I think I have the link in the description below as well. Shout out to Hawk calling in from Maryland. Shout out to Dwayne calling in from Atlanta, the ATL. Shout out to Gus calling in from Lancaster, California. Shout out to Carl Hansen calling from down under Australia. Shout out to my main man Ron Boy Freshman calling from DC. The Block Boys. We have officially been blocked by Leonard Smellerby, Snossis Nose, Garage Nose. Yeah, you know how it is that Ruffy Boy, Yogi Bear. We got blocked by Yogi Bear. You see what I'm saying? AKA Scutterbutter, AKA Leonard Smellerby, AKA Snossis Nose, AKA Garage Nose, AKA my favorite promoter. Shout out to Shep calling in from Brooklyn. Shout out to Chris calling in from Sacramento. Shout out to HMD calling in from Mississippi. HMD Squeeze calling from Mississippi. I thought you were talking about slapping me. You were talking about the video game. Bro, I got to tell you, bro. Apologize, fam. Apologize. Shout out to Alex calling in from Dallas, Texas. Shout out to VA calling VA Money calling in from Norfolk, Virginia. And shout out to my brother Shelton calling in from LA, West Side. West, y'all. Shout out to Intergalactic. Shout out to Xavier Gomez. Shout out to John Jones. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Shout out to everyone who's listening to this podcast on Amazon Music as well as Spotify. Shout out to everyone who's listening to this podcast on Twitter as well as Facebook. Shout out to LaRon. Shout out to Derek Curry. Shout out to Waltoon 25, F Society. Shout out to Louis James. Shout out to Stephen McKenna. Shout out to Kelly Malia. Shout out to Ahmed. Shout out to Rider of the Storm. Shout out to Jeff Lucietta. Shout out to Hector Garcia. Shout out to Carl Hansen. Shout out to Magic Key Boxing, who was here early as well. Shout out to JB. Shout out to Xavier Gomez. Shout out to Akon. Shout out to Wayne Hennessy, the chosen one. Fanboy Killer, Xavier Gomez. Wizard Sleeve. Shout out to Edie Valenzuela. What's going on, man? I guess you meant, is that Venezuela? Shout out to Lights Out Saul. Lights Out Saul. Sorry about Lights Out Saul. Sorry about that. Shout out to Carl Hansen calling from down under. Shout out to Texas Elite. Everything big in Texas, man. Shout out to who else we have? Louis James in the building. Richard Crowley. Shout out to Eagle Eye with the lick read. Shout out to IG. Shout out to Akon. Shout out to Pugilism. Shout out to Stephen McKenna. Shout out to B Max 1050. Shout out to Carl Hansen. Shout out to who else we have in the building? Boston Jorge, Boston George in the building. Shout out to Southern Realist. Shout out to Boxing Conversations with Reggie Owens. Shout out to let's see, man. Shout out to shout out to Xavier Gomez. Shout out to Marianne G. Shout out to the Queen Love Green Eyes P. Shout out to George H. Shout out to Halim in the building. Shout out to Richard Crowley. Salute to Johnny Blaze. Shout out to Pugilism. Shout out to RD. Shout out to Egg Shake Farm. Michael James in the building. Salute to Seawood, Pound for Pound King. Shout out to Ahmed. What's going on, fam? Boxing for Life. Shout out to who else we have in the building, man? Boston George once again. Look, shout out to Teach. Shout out to my brother. Shout out to Ronald Finkley. Salute to the boys at UGC Flame, and salute to my brother Diallo Huggy, aka Huggy Bear. Let's see, man. I think I got everybody. Richard Crowley. Let's see. Shout out to Mr. Wright UK. Shout out to Cassidy calling in from London as well. Richard Crowley. Shout out to Her Wolf. Deuce Trey. What's going on, Deuce Trey? Jay Smooth in the building. Let's see. Elf Society. I got you, Elf Society. You know, I try to get everybody before we close the show. Shout out to this is kind of a tradition that I do. Shout out to RD. Shout out to David H. Renee. What's going on, fam? Shout out to Southern Realist, Pound for Pound King, Gerald Fields. Who else we have, man? Johnny Blaze in the building. Shout out to Dart. Shout out to Devon Renee. What's going on, fam? Shout out to Truth Seeker. Let's see who else we have in the building. Akon in the house. Let's see. Shout out to Richard Crowley. Shout out to Jose the Great. What's going on, fam? Shout out to what's her name? Barbara Booker. Shout out to Barbara Booker. Let's see. Shout out to my main man Jawan. Shout out to Jawan. Terrence Trotter. I think that's it. I think I got everybody. If I miss you, man, ADD. Shout out to ADD. Shout out to Mario Gonzalez, Eddie Val. Think I got everybody, man. Think we got everybody. Shout out to Candy Slim 501. Mario Gonzalez, Bohemio with the lick read. Anthony Lopez, what's happening? Shout out to Wayne Love Peacock, my brother. Shout out to I think that's it, man. Derek Curry, Donnie T, Envision, Envision. Sorry about that. Envision GPC. I think that's it. 913 Boxer, 913 Boxer, Arthur Hawkins. I think that's it, guys. I think I got everybody, man. If I miss you, man, I'm sorry. I tried. I tried to get everybody I can get. If I miss you, don't be mad. Y'all called out a lot of names. Aaron Crow, Zeke. What's going on, Zeke? Bernard Burton. I think that's it, man. I think that's it. Rashawn Pittman. I think that's it. F Society, Alex Dominique, and I think that's it. Gameplay Galaxy, And other than that, that's it. That's our boy, Mexican Silverback. What's going on, fam? Other than that, that's it. That's our boy, Coach Malachi Williams, signing out. New Media Today, USA Boxing. I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.